rejection to that rejection. So they wanted to go in for the heist, right? They wanted to go in for the liquidity grab, but couldn't pick it all up. We still have the high over here. Can you see that?
Yes.
You understand? So we basically mitigated only 50% of these orders. Only 50% of those orders, not even, were picked up.
So technically, it's a double. It shows you double that is going to go down, because on the first option it's basically equal highs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, that week is not as high as it. So it's basically showing you it's definitely going to drop. Am I right?
Correct. Because they're losing
confirmation.
100%. They're losing momentum. If anybody in the market is losing momentum, you're right. When we talk about buyers and sellers, this is telling you it's a matter of strength. Who is going to win this is the people who are going into the war field. This guy didn't quite go into the war field. Hence, there was a push-up. Yes? Right? So there was that little wick over there, a little bit of rejection over there, price close over here. Great. He didn't really go to war. Right? He didn't really go to war. Then the next candle pushed up. And this guy, well, he didn't go to as much war. He didn't go through as much war as this guy. That's why when this candle went up and the rejection happened, right? We can see how far down. We can see how far down. So basically, remember that this is what happened, guys. They pushed all the way down, right? They pushed all the way down, came up and closed. Can you see what this tells you? This tells you that this candle went through hell. This candle is telling you that I've been through hell. I've tested the waters. Buyers don't have strength. Because if buyers had strength, right? If buyers had strength, right, then price would have closed higher than previous price. But again, it failed. So what do you think the next candles are going to do? Fail. And fail and fail. But if we look at levels of supply and demand now in regards to candles, now I'm teaching you something new. In regards to candles, then it's basically like a level of resistance turning into, or rather a level of support turning into a level of resistance, but using candlesticks, right? So let's say here, right, we had a level of demand. Yes? We had demand over there, right? And we now have a level of supply, yes? Well, hold on. So as we know, right, supply will then turn into
demand.
And what happens after that? This now becomes a
Supply.
And that becomes a
Demand.
Here we go. Not that difficult.
And that's more significant on a 15-minute time frame.
100%.
Mm.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I opening up your eyes? You're learning some new shit, yeah? You understand? So it's not all about, you know, mitigating the imbalance or or, going in to mitigate the order block. It's not all about that. No, there's these little things that can really change your perspective on trading.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because if you see this now on a daily chart, we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You get it? You already know what the next day has to offer.
That's true.
You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So now let's go to a daily chart. Let's see what I was talking about. So here we are on a daily chart. Can you see what happened?
Mm-hmm.
So automatically, I can tell you this, that price is going to continue flying, going higher. Because if you look, every time sellers push price higher than the buyers, the market continued going higher. Higher over here, higher over here. So what does tomorrow bring? A buy. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
So
basically, when a week breaks the previous daily high, then the next day will be bullish.
100%. Because it doesn't make sense, right, for them to go any lower unless if you're looking at a scenario where we see that, okay, fine, where would the reasoning be? If this candle closes over here, then our only reasoning is where? Where's our reasoning? What do we see that shouldn't be here?
Imbalance.
There's imbalance over there. And then we've got imbalance over there. Is it necessary for them to come down here? No,
No.
not really.
But do we expect them to come down there?
Perhaps if they go up for this liquidity grab and then perhaps come down. Yes. Because if they come for this liquidity grab but fail as they did today, then that is already telling you that we are bearish. We haven't broken this high. We bearish. You with me?
Yes.
Because we hadn't, you see, guys, you must remember, in a market, because we hadn't broken this high, that was the plan, to break that high, and we failed. However, though, we've still broken higher than the previous day's high, showing us that yes, the market was selling off today, slightly, but there's a test run tomorrow.
Can't we see the equal high from the previous high, that it's an equal high and that we are still bearish?
Okay, explain this. Let's just see what you're talking about here.
There's a high, and then to the left-hand side, the other high. It's the lower high. Yeah, basically
That one
like
there.
yes.
Yeah, but then we would need price to push up again because that's not exactly equal highs.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does need to be exact.
Yeah, most of the time they're very clear on their equal highs. As we saw today, we had perfect equal highs. I showed it to you.
Is that based
Perfect
on
equal
candle
highs on a
closes?
smaller time frame. And that's when the market then started to fall. After those equal highs, the market then started to fall. We haven't really gotten equal highs here. You understand? We haven't really gotten equal highs. But what I'm still saying is I feel like there'll still be a test run. That will be tomorrow's candle. With me.
On what time frame did you see the exact equal high of today?
It was 15 minutes.
I don't know if it's just my server or because I'm not getting exact equal highs.
Yeah, if you look at the picture that I sent in the group, it was exact equal highs.
Let me quickly check.
So can I just confirm those
Mhm.
equal highs is that when you state equal highs, are you talking about candle closes or what?
Wicks.
Wicks.
Where the candle started to the where the candle ends.
Okay.
So basically, I feel like that's going to happen. Or tomorrow, half the day, this might happen, close that imbalance, and then continue going up. So I'll do that cock. Hold on. So we see the candlestick going down. So so we'll have probably a wick come down, and then a body probably break out somewhere like that, and then probably the rest of the wick to the upside. So it could be a sell to buy. It's exactly the opposite of what happened today. It was a buy to sell. Look at this. Look at how the sequence works. A sell to buy, right? Everybody see that?
Yes.
We push down to buy, right? We had a sell to buy, right? And then what happened? We had a
Sell to buy again.
correct. So what happened today?
Selling today to buy tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what happened today? We bought today to sell, right?
Yes.
So since this is happening, don't you think it could be another buy to sell? They go up, they come down.
Marco, do you mind if I ask a question quickly?
Yeah.
So, you were talking about supply and demand now on candlesticks, right?
Yeah.
So if you see this bearish engulfing candle on like the 8th of May,
Where's that?
a little bit to your right, over there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
A little bit to the right. So if we're talking about supply and demand, surely if we had to go and draw a box from the top of that wick onto the body of that big bearish engulfing candle all the way across, that would be like a very good area for a supply zone. Because if you can see that last candle today went right into it.
Yeah.
So like just for me thinking, like that's where I could think we could.
So you're talking about
Yeah, that area there.
Yeah.
So
No.
Yeah, there.
There we go. Yeah.
So, like for me, I feel like that could be a very strong bounce. There's always the first touch on the supply and demand zones are always the strongest.
100%. Hence, I'm saying a sell to buy.
Fair enough. Shoot, I just wanted to understand that. Thanks, Marco.
But then again, I'm not a wizard. I don't know what's going to happen. I can only kind of like look into what might happen. And obviously teach you guys how to kind of like see what might happen. But then, yes, so fair enough. We have a supply zone and we have, where's our demand zone? Just for the day,
13,600.
remove the imbalance. Let's remove this. It's imbalance. Let's remove all these lines. Right? Where is, if that's our supply zone, where's our demand zone? Remember how a market works. You need an up to get a down and a down to get an up. Where's our supply zone? Where's our supply zone? Where's our demand zone? Where's our demand zone, guys?
At the bottom of that big last push down.
We're here.
No, to the left.
Yeah.
To the left.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be for the whole move. But what I'm saying is for today. For this massive buy, right? Where would our demand and supply zone be? Right here.
The last known high.
Yes.
Right there. Right. So for this week, I feel like we're going to be working around. Yeah.
Makes sense.
We'll get rejected. Market will go up. Then set bounce off. Sure, didn't pull it enough. Probably see it start. Rather, it's too poor. I have a feeling that it's going to play around in these zones. Reason for this is because if we look at previous history, right? If we look at the supply zone that we had from here to give or take here. Right. What happened over here? What happened, guys? Market.
Was it a liquidity?
Market pushed down to go up.
Yeah, sell off to buy.
There we go.
Marco, don't you think the market will go a bit lower to mitigate that imbalance we saw earlier, just below
I didn't draw it correct. I didn't draw it 100%, but yes.
Okay.
We definitely. Yeah, no, I'm just drawing just to show. But if we had to, it would probably come in and
For the week.
catch the down wick of that candle. Some over there. Yeah. And then push the equal high as well. Whatever. Push to the equal highs. You understand? Probably have a wick. Kind of like pull down and then pull back up. Candlestick, candlestick. I'd probably see, like I said, it's sell to buy. Yeah. It's the sell to buy. We had a sell to buy, a sell to buy, a sell to buy. What's going to change? You understand? Get a sell to buy, a sell to buy, a sell to buy. What's going to change? A sell to buy. Am I making sense?
Yes.
But we never really know, right? So yes, these can be scenarios. Yes, by all means. But to be honest, guys, if you don't know what's going to happen, rather just sit on your hands. Right? Rather just sit on your hands. But if you look at this on a smaller time frame, there are trades galore. Yes? Yes. A complete setup. Can we all see that? Complete setup. A, B, C, D. Probably get in. You could probably even find Wyckoff in here. Yeah. The ST, spring test, push up. Accumulation maybe. I don't know. Am I seeing things maybe? Or there could be a Wyckoff over there. Who's with me? Do you think there's a Wyckoff here? Eh? Who knows Wyckoff? Let's start there first.
I have been studying it for a few weeks now.
You've been studying it for a few weeks. So you don't think you wouldn't see Wyckoff here?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this. Here's the EQ. Yes? Agree? EQ, ST. That's where the sign of strength came in. Yes? Agree? We saw a sign of strength at this level. Agree?
Yes.
There's our ST. Our spring. The last test. The last test.
On the left-hand side of your trend line, you'll have the selling climax. The push to the downside is the test. Then to the right, then it's the rally. To your right-hand side is your secondary test. Then you'll push up.
Yeah. So ST,
No,
spring.
SC, selling climax.
Isn't it sign of strength?
No, your sign of strength is a push up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That push up over there.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
At the wick at the
you
bottom.
you starting from the highs. So I'm starting. I'm doing it very. This is how I do it. I start with my ST, my spring, my test, and then my push up. So that's smart money, reaccumulation, and then distribution. Quick in and out of Wyckoff. You agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, Wyckoff played out over here. Well done. But what I'm saying is that we could have seen a lot happening here. We could have caught, even though there was a primary sell, there was a massive buy in the market that we could have caught, knowing what's coming thereafter. If we knew Wyckoff, you would have known that the market is now going to go into a distribution phase. Where would we go to? Probably this level, right? We then have a level of supply meets demand. In order for us to have a demand, we need a supply, yes? Agree with me? You agree with me?
Agreed.
So, yeah, this will probably be the play out. But like I said, we are going to sell to buy. We've been doing it. From here, we sold to buy. We're selling to buy. Wyckoff. Yay. Who learned anything?
Definitely.
I learned as well.
Definitely.
I'm happy.
Are you happy with the new structure of the mentorship? At least we don't have to go and do what we did last week. We can
Yes.
actually move forward.
I do appreciate it.
We can actually move forward in the group. I also appreciate that. I just feel like it was just such a headache, going back and forward. Marco, can you please go over this? We weren't here last week. Okay, cool. Marco, we still new. We just joined the group 2 days ago. We kind of lost. What's going on here? Oh, okay, let's go back to a top-down analysis. So, guys, there was no way to move forward. I agreed. Hence, I was like, you know what? The only way to actually do this would be to, restructure the groups. And it's working, 100%. Groups are very happy. But there, you wanted to meet your equal highs? Boom, done. Well, let's see a bit of a Wyckoff over here. Because if you look over here, is now basically accumulation, right? Distribution. You'll probably see equal highs happen. Equal highs happen. Our ST, our Sun of strength, our spring, our test, and smart money then pumps the market up, coming back into this level, and we push up. Yes? Who agrees with me?
Yeah, I just think it will push down lower for the market imbalance to mitigate.
No, 100%. 100%. I'll probably see it come in over. Yeah.
I do think there will be a support there where you drew your box, but I do think it will be broken, retested, mitigating that imbalance, and then moving back up.
Why? Why would you say that? Explain.
your box that you have on your chart,
Yeah.
I do think there will be a small sign of rejection, then
No, 100%.
breaking, and then it must be retested before going down.
We'll probably see this. I'm thinking we'll probably see this. Obviously, on a smaller time frame, we've got an order block which will probably be mitigated.
Yes.
Over here somewhere.
Well,
I can't draw it now, but probably something of this sort. Where is it? Remove all drawings, but like something of this sort. So the market will come down, then mitigate that order block, and we can then see price then push up.
Yeah, there's an order block on 13541 on the 5 minute.
13541. 13541.
Up. Just below your horizontal line.
Over here.
Yes, on the 21st of May.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been lower. Let's just see. Is it not lower?
Just see.
Again, how big is the order block? Okay, no, that looks right. That looks right. I was pretty much there.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I was pretty much there. Yeah, yes, 100%. So that's why, yeah, they would come into this level, as you've seen over there, mitigate that order block on the lower time frame, and then definitely push price higher. So we would bounce off that order block. Have you realized that in most cases? What's that?
Is that liquidity void?
No.
Where the market is kind of consolidating, moving away with an impulsive move, and then coming back to the order block.
That normally, you must remember, that normally happens on a way smaller time frame. Probably you'll probably see that on a 5 minutes. You won't see that on a 1 hour. You won't see it on a 1 hour. But you definitely see it on a smaller time frame, maybe a 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Yeah, you've seen voided. But do you guys understand when an order block is void? Who understands when an order block is no longer valid?
Oh, that's what I know.
When a new order block is formed.
Yes, correct.
So that's not valid.
That's when the previous order block is no longer valid.
Oh,
When that
But
order
it can
block
still play a part in the movement of the market, or not at all.
It can maybe just to, they do still mitigate an order block that has been voided completely, but in most cases you'll probably find out that it'll play to the order block but completely break it. So they won't stop at the order block.
Yeah, there won't be complete rejection at the order block.
No. So they might go slightly higher or completely lower. You see that big wick come to the downside. It's almost like a stop hunt, and then they push up. So they actually don't really take the order block into consideration, even though it's there, but they come to it. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, you do.
So that is also seen very often, where an order block is respected, but not the way it should be. Because normally, once we mitigate 50% of the order block, the market then bounces off and goes up. But sometimes you'll find out that that order block is voided and the market doesn't respect it, and it just breaks that order block completely. It's not that they weren't coming to mitigate it, they just didn't really take it into consideration as an order block, but rather a place where we need to come down to come clear out orders or whatever the case is. I don't know if I'm making sense. So I feel like that's where we kind of like have to have an understanding of, is this order block valid? Because you must remember that on a higher time frame, right? If an order block is now, how can I say, if a new order block has been produced, right? Then the order block on a smaller time frame is no longer valid. Who understands that? If we have an order block within an order block, what do you think happens? How many of you guys have seen an order block within an order block?
I have seen it before, but I don't understand how it affects each other.
So what happens is, right, the one on the higher time frame is then respected. Because what happens is it creates an order block on a lower time frame, right? And then gets overpowered by even a bigger order block on a higher time frame, which then the higher time frame obviously overpowers the lower time frame. So the lower time frame order block is no longer respected. So now we have an order block within an order block. And that's where you get confused now, because you're like, which order block is it going to come to? Which order block is it going to respect? You want to make sure that you've got the right order block.
That's why it's always important to use different time frames, not merely one.
Yes, 100%, of course, always. Run down from a freaking weekly to a daily to a 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and then Bob's your uncle. 5 minutes entry, whatever. Of course, 100%. You wanna see what they're doing now, but you also want to see what they did previously. Understand? You want to see where is there a similarity? Where can I see them probably coming to, because they came to this and they can't obviously repeat history. We all know that. So you want to look at where are they going to repeat history, because they're going to show you where they're going to repeat history. You understand? We can see that this now becomes a supply zone. Yes?
Yes.
On a 1 hour. But that is the main supply zone on the daily. Yes? But who says that this is not going to be respected? It could very well be respected. The only difference, though, is that it's respected to bounce off. Right? To bounce off and then go up and just then to obviously go
Lower.
So nothing happened. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. That movement changed. You understand? Nothing changed. The market still went up, down, and can still go up.
That's why we react to the market and not predict it.
Yeah. So we can see. So when this market comes back to this supply zone, we then know what we're looking at. We then know what to expect. So like I said before, they can change the move, but never change the language. How they operate can be manipulated. Hence, I say trend lines are trash because they can be manipulated. You understand? Resistance, supply, support resistance can be manipulated. But supply zones are very highly respected. Who's seen that? Supply zones are very highly respected. Valid order blocks are very highly respected because it's the language. It's the language in which they use. They can change the movement, but they can't change the language. Is supply, is resistance and support a language for institutions? No. Do they use trend lines? No, they don't. So you need to look at what they use, because that then won't be manipulated. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Understand? You want to find out what they use. You don't want to use trend lines. They never work. Why don't they work? Because they get manipulated. They know how everybody is going to trade. That's why if you look last week, there was that massive buy, right? That took all the trend line users out because they were waiting for that breakout, which they got, but then the market then dropped, taking all those trend line traders out completely. Who saw that last week?
And so it's I traded it.
With trend lines. Well done.
Not with trend lines, never.
You understand? So if you were a trend line trader, then that didn't work for you.
We can call them retail traders.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. But then what I'm saying is that it didn't work for them. Why? Because it was manipulated. They knew exactly what your setup was. They knew it. They knew your setup. They were like, there's one touch, two touches, three touches. They're waiting for us to break out, or they're waiting for the fall. And then the fall happens, the push-up happens, and then double top, and you're out. And you're like, but then what? Why? What? They manipulated your movement. They knew exactly what you were doing. They're not idiots. They know exactly who's in the market. They know exactly what strategies you're using. You think they don't? They know. Textbook rules, man.
And they make you believe that your strategies work, only to find out
They don't. You understand? So hence I don't, in the beginners, you teach. Shit, I didn't even teach them, trend lines, because if I'm going to still teach you institutional trading, then those trend lines that I'm going to teach in the beginners group are not going to work, So I'm not even going to bother teaching them that. And that's why I haven't even taught them resistance and support, because we work with supply and demand. And people don't understand that there's a huge difference. This is resistance. This is support. Where is resistance and the support the same as supply and demand?
No, it won't be.
Exactly. And that's why they are able to manipulate the movement. They don't manipulate the supply, because now you see here, you probably find out that they won't. They'll just dip in and then dip out.
Because we know this is just after the resistance and support lines.
Exactly. You think they don't know what you're doing? Oh, they know. Trust you me, they know. And that's why they're always catching the guys out. And guys are like, oh my word, today the market ate me up, took my stop, trend lines didn't work, don't know what happened, probably my setup. No, it's because you're not trading smart money concepts. No, this is smart money, guys. Smart money runs this market. They know, though, that they are those retail traders that are not smart money equipped, and they're going to get you into the whipsaws and take you out, stop after stop. You understand? Because what happened is, I remember last week, everybody who was trying to sell, retail traders were trying to sell the market, got taken out, and then they were hoping that there was going to be a retest to the buy. So they obviously got in to buy the market before the next top and then the break to the downside. So they took them out from, so they basically took them out from selling the market and then took them out from buying the market. Hectic, huh? I tell you, it's crazy. These guys.
What's your view on risk management? If you only trading smart money, do you risk a certain amount of capital, or do you buy to, if it blows, or?
Well, for me, I feel like if I myself, and I obviously taught that to Faiz too, that you need to kind of like get over the whole what happens if I lose this money, look more at what happens if I win this money. What happens if I beat the market? I mean, if I trust my setup the way I do, and I believe that the market is going to do what I expect it to do because I've learned how to determine whether a market does 1, 2, 3, or whether a market is going to do 1, 2, 3, or whatever the case is, then why wouldn't I go in? Why can't I go in full margin? You understand? Why can't I go in full margin? Because I believe that my setup is going to hold. But then again, not everybody has 25,000 Rand accounts. So if you're sitting with a 1,000 Rand account, then you need to be very precise on where you're going to enter and how much of your account you're willing to, risk. Normally, I'd say 2 to 3% of your account should be risked.
But if you say 2 to 3% on a 1,000 Rand account, it's almost impossible to risk only 2 to 3%.
But that's why. But that's no. That's why you didn't hear the rest of what I was saying. I was saying then you need to move to pairs. That was going to be the risk. You can, if you're gonna, if we're gonna talk about risk management, then yes, you can risk 2 to 3%, but you're not going to do it on mass. You're gonna have to go down. You're gonna have to go down to pairs, or maybe micro lots. Maybe that might work.
Or focus on gold.
Yeah, I'm using microlots now.
But not Nasdaq. I'm sorry, Nasdaq. You're either in or you're out. 1,000 Rand. Good luck. Your entry needs to be so precise. It's not even funny.
I'm using
One
now.
wrong move and you're done. Yeah.
I think it's like for 0.01 lots at 27 US cents, which is not much at all.
No. But then again, the outcome's not much at all either.
Yes.
On a micro. There's a two-way streak here. You're gonna lose a little, but you're also gonna make peanuts. But it's a good it's a good way to start building the account. Definitely, you build the equity. You understand? You build the equity. You build the balance. Well, not the balance. You build the capital. So you build the equity. You build the capital. And sooner or later, you'll end up having 5, 6, 7, 8,000 Rand, and you can actually trade Nasdaq with that. But don't come in with 1,000 Rand. I wouldn't suggest that at all. It's a death trap unless you know what you're doing. I've done it a few times, but it's not an easy procedure. The process is not easy at all. You really need to know what you're doing. That's why most of these guys who, have taken these small accounts have started with pairs. They all started on pairs. They built the equity, they built the capital. And then
using the same trading plan as this, that we've been
100%. Smart money.
Smart money.
Only using smart money, but remember now the hold was a whole different scenario. Even Faiz used to run with what was it? It was gold. used to run with gold, and that's how he would build capital. So he would hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a week, 2 weeks, and he'd build his capital. So he'd obviously buy real low on a high time frame, look for that really, where smart money is going to fucking drop this market to shit, and something of this sort, but on a weekly chart. So you can see it coming into this level, and you know that, okay, fine, at this level, I know what I'm going to do because I've got my demand zone, got my demand zone, waiting for them to come into my demand zone, let them mitigate probably an order block somewhere over here, they mitigate that order block, and smart money then goes up. So if I take gold from here to here for the next 2-3 weeks, there's money to now go trade Nasdaq.
Yeah, but I think the thing is the psychology behind that's quite intense, because I mean, my analysis is right. It's just executing the trades and holding without getting the trades and exiting.
But that's where the psychology comes in.
Yeah.
That's where the psychology comes in. You need to get out of the fear of losing money and actually start believing that you can actually win the market over and actually make money.
Yeah.
If we look at how once you get into the advanced group, and I actually teach you guys, because I started teaching them Wyckoff last week. But once you get off, you'll see that this is again Wyckoff. Wyckoff played out here. You understand? Wyckoff will continue to play out. And if you know Wyckoff, then you know what the next move is before the move actually happens. That's why it's so important to understand Wyckoff, because this is the movement of the market. It's the 4, 5, 6 phases, whatever, that the market moves in. Obviously a quick round off would be obviously your accumulation, your distribution, right? Smart money pushes the market up, right? You then have your, once again, take this as an upside down feature. Once again, same thing. You have the accumulation, distribution, smart money pushing price higher. And will continue to play out. That is the way the market works. It's nobody's method, nobody's strategy, nobody taught it to anybody. It's just the way the market works. Make sense?
Yeah, got you.
Makes sense. So it all comes down to what works for you. Like for retail traders, we can all say, fine, what's working for them is trend lines. That works for them. Great. But it doesn't work for us. Because we know what these motherfuckers will do when you play around the trend lines. Right? And they don't understand order blocks. They don't understand how important imbalance is in a market when there's unfair price. They don't understand that. We can't blame them. They didn't learn it. Because everybody teaches is bloody trend line, support and resistance. That's it. Because that's all they know. But when you come to smart money concepts, or now you're working with the inner circle. Now you're working with the guys who actually pushed price.
I see. Yeah, I wanted to ask, is there a main difference between an order block and a contraction box?
Yeah, of course. But remember, an order block is more of a supply zone, a demand zone. You'll normally find it at the top, just before the move down, or at the bottom, just before the move up. Hence, if we have a demand zone over here, right, we'll probably see an order block somewhere around here, where the market will then come back to mitigate that order block and then push price higher. If this was the movement, if we looked over here, we saw that on the lower time frame there was a order block. Hence, we're saying the market will come back down to mitigate that order block and then push price higher.
gone.
Got me? Yes?
Yeah, man, shot.
Understand? So,
Perfect. Thanks.
yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, it's the same as what's happening now. What are we waiting? What are we looking for? We're looking for them to break their previous high. They did it. They broke the previous 1 hour. They did. They broke it, but now there's still a challenge. So this is when I talk about, are these guys going through the test?
This
Because now
is where the buyers let go.
this
Can we all see that?
is
This
where
is where
the buyers
the
let
buyers
go.
started to lack. Here's where the buyers
Can you
started
all
to
see
lack.
that? This is where the buyers started to lack. Here's where the buyers started to lack.
With me? Yes. Buyers lacked over here. Buyers lacked
With
over
me.
there. So now they need to prove themselves.
Buyers lacked over
Push
here.
price higher than this level.
Buyers lacked over there. So now they need to prove
Way
themselves.
we can now say, okay,
Push
fine.
price higher than this level.
You know, there's progress.
That way we can now say,
But
okay,
if you
fine.
can't push price to this level,
You know,
and even when
there's
you do
progress.
break price to this level, well,
But if you
we
can't
also need
push
you to
price
break
to this
price here,
level, and even
and
when you
obviously
do
further
break
higher.
price to this level,
So this
well,
is also how
we
you
also
can
need you
tell
to break
whether
price here,
they're going to
and obviously
lack
further higher.
or not. So if they can't
So
push
this is
price
also how you
higher
can
than
tell
this
whether
level,
they're
if they
going
get
to
rejected
lack
at this level,
or
well, then
not.
we have a
So
problem.
if they can't push price higher than this level, if they get rejected at this
Understand?
level, well, then we have a
That's
problem.
just telling me that they had strength to push up to that level,
You understand?
but
That's
not
just telling me
past
that
that level.
they had strength to push up to that level,
I don't know if I'm making sense.
but not past that level.
Yeah, there you are.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
So you want to look. You always want to look at what the candlestick is doing.
So
what
you want
is
to look.
happening.
You always want to
So
look
here
at
we can see the same thing
what
happened.
the candlestick is doing.
They pushed
What
price
is happening?
up,
So here we
but
can see the same thing happen.
failed
They push
on
price
the
up,
next pool. And
but
that's why the market then
failed
fell.
on the next pool.
So
And
as
that's
much
why
as
the
yes,
market
this is a
then
liquidity grab,
fell.
right? As much as this is a liquidity
So as
grab,
much as yes, this is
it's
a
also
liquidity
telling you
grab,
that listen, let's see
right?
what
As much as
these
this is a
guys are
liquidity
doing
grab,
in the
it's also
battlefield.
telling you that listen,
Well,
let's see what these
they're
guys
clearly
are
not winning
doing
this war.
in the battlefield.
We can now sell the market.
Well, they're clearly
So
not
we have
winning
the
this war.
liquidity grab.
We can now sell
They
the market.
failed,
So we have
and
the
then the market
liquidity
continued
grab.
to fall.
They failed, and then the
So
market
my
continued to fall.
understanding is I need
So
them to break
my
these levels. If they don't break
understanding
these
is
levels,
I need
then
them
we
to
have a
break
problem.
these levels.
But again,
If they don't break
you
these
can see what I'm
levels,
seeing.
then we have a problem. But again, who can see what I'm seeing?
You can see what I'm seeing.
I'm not sure what
Who
you're
can see what I'm seeing?
talking about.
I see large wicks.
I'm not sure what you're
Large wicks.
talking about.
What are
I
you
see
seeing
large
now?
wicks to the large wicks.
What are you seeing now?
Equalize.
No. Head and shoulders. There we go.
Equalize.
No.
Head and shoulders.
What will stop
There
the
we go.
head and shoulders from going further? Be that order block.
What will stop the head and shoulders from going further? Be that order block.
Always look at different time frames.
Always look at different time frames.
Understand?
Yes.
Understand?
Can you quickly go to the daily time frame? I just need to ask a question about a order block. Can you quickly go to the daily time frame? I just need to ask a question about a order block.
Okay, can I clean my chart?
Yes, you can.
Daily.
Yes.
It's getting a bit messy.
On
Daily.
let's say the 22nd of April. That on the
Looking at
let's say the 22nd of April. That those
Okay.
four, can we see that those
Okay.
four order block?
Wait.
Can we see that
Yeah.
to your left,
Big
those
order
four
block.
candles that were
Where?
to your right,
This here.
to your left,
Yeah.
those four candles that were to your right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no movement to the upside.
Wine order block.
Okay.
There was no,
So where
there was
is
no
your order
movement to
block
the
here?
upside.
Okay.
So where is your order block here?
Just before the down move.
Okay. Where is it though?
Just before the down move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is it though?
Trying to see the date. It's the 28th
Yeah.
and 29th.
Trying to see the date. It's the 28th, then 29th.
Yes. Would you say that was
Yes.
the order block?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Would you say that was the order block?
One of this.
To my knowledge, yeah.
One of this.
Why not that one? Who knows what an order block is?
Oh, no, that one. Who knows what an order block is?
It was where a decision was made.
Okay.
It was
But
where
now-
a decision was made.
Not only that, but what else
Okay.
are we looking
But now-
for when coming to an order
Not
block?
only that, but what else
The candle before
are we looking for when coming to an order block?
the bearish or the
The
bullish
candle
candle
before
before
the
the move
push.
up or down.
It's
Okay.
the
So
bearish or the bullish candle before the move up or down.
if we look,
Okay. So
which candle was mitigated
if we look,
to say that
which candle
This is
was
not the order block.
mitigated to say that this is now the order block?
remember they mitigated out of their buying positions to sell the market off?
Remember, they mitigated
Where did
out
they
of their
mitigate?
Is
buying
it
positions
the
to
23rd of
sell the market
April?
off.
The bullish
Where did they
candle was
mitigate?
23rd of
Is it
April.
the 23rd of April? The bullish candle of 23rd of April.
3rd of April.
23rd of
Talking about this
April.
one here.
That's the 26th.
Talking about this one here.
Guys, what happened
That's
here?
the 26th.
Guys, what happened here?
Is it inverse head and shoulders possibly?
Is it inverse head and shoulders possibly?
What did they do?
They mitigated the candle.
So
What did
what's
they
the,
do?
so which is the order block?
They mitigated the candle.
So which is the order block?
It is a large up candle before the down move.
So you're saying
It
this
is
one
a
here?
large up candle before the down move.
So you're saying this one here?
No, to the left. Yeah, that.
Correct. That
No, to the left.
is your order block.
Yeah, that.
Correct.
Right.
That
Remember that.
is your order block.
What does an order block mean? What
Right.
is
Remember
happening
that-
at an order block?
What does an order block mean? What is happening at an order block?
Supply zone. Cool.
Supply zone.
Great.
Cool.
So we've got a supply zone at the order block. Perfect. Secondly,
Great. So
right,
we've got a supply zone at the order block. Perfect.
what needs to happen in order for them to sell
Secondly-
off a market?
Right. What needs to happen in order for them to sell off a market?
What do they need to do?
What do they need to do?
No, before that. Why liquidity? No.
No, before
Why
that.
would they need to go
Why?
Pick up
Why?
liquidity.
They went down before going up.
Why
But
would they
what-
need to go?
What did they do?
They went down before going up. But
Come on,
what?
guys.
What did they
What
do?
did they do here? When this candle came down,
Come on, guys.
what did it do?
What did they do here? When this candle came down,
Mitigated.
what did it do?
Fold 50%.
Go.
Mitigated.
What does this tell you?
Sold 50%.
Go.
That
What
the
does it tell you?
sellers are in control.
Correct. Why? Because buyers are pulling out of
That
there.
the sellers are
Positions.
in control.
Correct. Why?
Market's no
Because
longer
buyers are
buying.
pulling out of their positions.
They pulled out of their positions.
Market's no longer buying.
So what's the next move?
They've pulled out of their positions.
Down.
How
So
do
what's
you
the
think
next move?
Why do you think I said we have a headshot coming?
Down.
This was the headshot.
How do you think
Why
I?
did I say
Why
that?
do you think I
How did I
said
know that there was going to be a
we have a
headshot?
headshot coming? This was the headshot. Why did I say that? How did I know that there was going to be a headshot?
Because this could have been the liquidity grab right over here. That candle over there.
Because this could have been the liquidity grab
Something
right
happened
over
over
here.
here
That candle over
that
there.
needed to be fixed. What happened?
But something
The
happened over
question I have
here
now is the
that
wick
needed to be
broke
fixed.
above
What happened?
the previous daily.
The question I have now is
the
the wick
daily high, the
broke
wick.
above
So
the previous daily, the daily high, the wick. So
So you're confused.
yeah, I'm confused at the moment. The wick broke above the previous daily high.
yeah, I'm confused
of
at the
the
moment.
previous
The
candle.
wick
So
broke
now
above the
I
previous daily
understand the
high
mitigation and then
of the previous candle.
100%.
So now
Hence, I'm talking
I
about this
understand the
candle now.
mitigation and
Okay,
then the
okay.
downward.
Liquidity
100%.
grab.
What happened?
Hence, I'm talking about this candle now.
But
Okay,
you were on,
okay.
you were
Think
on
Liquidity
it.
grab.
You've
What
gone
happened?
off, but you were on it. What
But
happened?
you were on. You were on it.
You were talking.
You've gone off.
And I was listening and
You
I
were
was
on
waiting
it.
for you to give me the
What
answer.
happened?
You were so close.
You were
What
on it.
happened?
You were talking, and I was listening, and I
You
was
were
waiting
there.
for you to give me the answer, and you were
Did
so
they
close.
mitigate their buy
What happened?
position?
We passed that.
You were
Something
there.
happened there.
Did they
How did I know
mitigate
that there
their
was going
buy
to be a
position?
headshot? Something happened
We
over there.
passed that.
The buy before
Something
the sell.
happened there. How did I
Yes.
know that there was going
But
to be a
what
headshot?
happened?
Something
We're
happened over
talking
there.
about
The buy before
you
the
being
sell.
confused.
Yes,
That
but
candle
what
should
happened?
fix up why
We
you're
were talking
confused.
about you being
Why
confused.
did
Yes.
they
That
come
candle
up
should
that
fix up
liquidity
why you're
grab?
confused.
What?
Why
Why did they
did they
need
come
that?
up for that liquidity grab?
For liquidity.
Taking
What?
out the
Why did they need
stop
that?
losses.
For liquidity.
Besides that,
Taking out
we said
the stop
that
losses.
this daily candle
Besides
broke
that,
higher than the previous
we
candle.
said
Yes.
that
And that
this
confused you.
daily candle broke
So,
higher than the
what happened
previous
over
candle,
here?
Yes.
and that confused you.
Yes.
So what happened over
The
here?
buyers were testing the waters, but they couldn't break through.
Exactly.
The buyers were testing the waters, but
100%.
they
So-
couldn't break through.
Your question
Exactly.
is
Stop loss hunt.
100%. So
this candle
your question is, this candle,
right
Yes.
broke higher in price than the previous candle in price.
right,
Yes.
Yes.
broke higher in price
We then
than the previous
mitigated
candle in price.
Yeah,
Yes.
50%.
Yes.
50%. And
We then
then we
mitigated
had to push
Yeah,
down.
the 50%.
50%,
Right?
Yes.
But what did
and
they
then
do over here?
we had the push down,
This candle
right?
showed strength
But what did they do over
that
here?
this candle
This candle
failed to.
showed strength that this candle
So this
failed.
candle was trying to prove a point.
So this candle was
Failed.
trying to prove a point and failed.
Right? And failed.
Yes.
This candle then proved a
Right.
point
And failed.
just to show,
Yes.
listen, we have the strength
This candle then proved a
higher.
point just to show, listen, we have
than
the
the last
strength
sell.
to
So
pull
we're
higher
showing, so we're basically proving a point now. We're showing
than
strength.
the last sell.
Remember that
So we're showing, so we're
different
basically proving a
institutions
point now. We're showing
are
strength.
against.
Remember
It's a war
that
out there.
different
They're against each other.
institutions will.
So this institution is
against-
showing strength.
It's a war out there. They're
Right?
against each other.
They just
So
try to
this
prove a point.
institution
To
is
say,
showing
listen,
strength,
watch us.
right?
Because
They just
you
trying
thought we
to prove
couldn't
a
do it over
point to
here.
say, listen,
Fine. Watch
watch
us.
us. because you
If
thought
it
we
was
couldn't do it
that
over here.
candle,
Fine.
that the
Watch
first
us.
Yes,
bear
it was
candle
that candle
just to your left
that the
failed
first
to break the high of
bear candle
the previous
just
high.
to your left failed
On the
to
60%.
break the high of
Let me just check the
the
date.
previous high
On the 16th
on
of
the
Yes,
left hand
60%.
side. Let me just check the date.
If you
On
what
the
time
go to
frame?
16th of
H4, if you
April.
go to an H4 time frame, you'll see 2 order blocks there.
On a what time
Like
frame?
what you're just saying, if you go to an H4 time frame, you'll see 2 order blocks there. Like what you're just saying, they came back up.
More clearer on the H4. Hey, there it is. There's your order block.
So it's more clearer on the H4.
Right.
And what
There it
happens
is.
now?
There's your order block.
There's a supply zone.
Right? And what happens now? There's a supply zone.
Oh, there, sorry. There. Right?
Oh, not
Yes.
there, sorry.
There's an order block.
Right?
Answer.
Yes.
There's an order block. Is that a answer?
And imbalance to fill in between.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of imbalance here, guys.
And
So,
imbalance to fill in between.
to flip
Oh, yeah,
it.
there's a lot of imbalance here, guys. So,
Yes.
there, to flip it
Yeah,
there.
lots of imbalance. Bats.
Yes.
Bats. It doesn't mean that it
Yeah, lots of imbalance.
must
Bats.
go down.
Doesn't
Now,
have to be
Bats.
filled.
no, it
Doesn't
definitely has
mean
to
that
be
it
filled.
must
But like
go
we
down.
said,
Doesn't
Now,
have to be filled.
no, it definitely has to be filled. But like we said,
it's first to a buy.
To sell.
So,
it's first to a
bounce
buy
off that order block.
To sell.
to sell. Bounce off that order block.
Wyckoff played over here. There's the distribution. Wyckoff played over here.
Wyckoff played over here. There's the distribution. Wyckoff played over here.
Spreading.
There's the pump.
It will take, not doing it 100%, but yeah.
Spring.
And
Give or take. Not drawing at 100%, but yeah.
yeah.
And
Smart money.
Smart money.
See? Still playing out. Wyckoff still plays out.
See? Still played out. Wyckoff still plays out.
Nothing will beat smart money concepts, guys. You can go to whatever you want. MMC.
Nothing will beat
Whatever the
smart
hell
money
you want to
concepts,
bring to
guys.
the table,
You can
bring
go
it.
to
But nothing will
whatever you
beat
want.
smart money
MMC.
concepts. Nothing.
Whatever the hell you want to bring to the table,
It's the
bring
way
it.
of
But
the
nothing will
market.
beat
Nothing's
smart
going to
money
change that.
concepts. Nothing.
I've got guys who
It's
are
the
trying
way
to
of the
introduce
market.
me
Nothing's
to
going to change that.
all this funny shit like
I've got guys who are trying to introduce me
trend
to
lines and stuff, and I'm like, huh?
all this funny shit like
No.
trend lines and stuff, and I'm like, huh?
Marco,
No.
will it be fine if I put a
There's-
Wyckoff cheat sheet
Marco?
on the group?
Will it be fine if I put a Wyckoff cheat sheet on the group?
I'm quickly going to do it now.
Yes, please, man. Sweet.
I'm quickly going to do it now.
Wyckoff will play every single time. And you'll even see it more often.
But Wyckoff will
smaller
play
timeframes.
every single time. And you'll even see it more often on smaller time frames.
This imbalance is bothering me. Hey?
This imbalance is bothering me.
You and me both.
Hey?
You and me both.
You know what they could do? Is just mitigate it.
You know what they could do? Is just mitigate it.
Mitigate this. Can do, yeah. 50%.
Mitigate this.
Who agrees? I think that could happen. That
Yeah,
could work.
50%.
Definitely.
Who agrees? I think that could happen. That could work.
Definitely.
And then they'll come down for that another time.
And then
After we come
they'll
back,
come down for that another
reject
time.
it. Go slightly higher, try to pick up the liquidity.
After we come back, get rejected. Go slightly higher, try to pick up the
rest of the
liquidity.
imbalance.
Clean out the rest of the
Mitigate.
imbalance.
Obviously, we'll have to mitigate.
Mitigate.
Imbalance again.
Obviously, they'll have to mitigate. Fucking imbalance again.
And then fucking bounce off that.
And then
Fucking order block.
fucking bounce off
And
that.
then, yeah, Bob your uncle.
Fucking order block. And then, yeah, Bob's your uncle.
Liquidity grab.
Obviously, then there.
White wolf playing out again, as we can see.
Liquidity grab.
And
White wolf playing out again, as we can
I
see.
don't know if they're going to go higher. They might not go higher until
I don't know if they're going to go higher.
this imbalance is cleaned up. Okay.
They might not go higher until this imbalance is cleaned up. Okay.
Could looks right in a way.
Yeah.
We will agree.
Could
Maybe,
look.
yes.
Looks right.
Definitely.
We would agree. Maybe yes.
The fake out of the fake
The fake out of the fake
distribution.
Distribution.
And then we'll have the reaccumulation somewhere over here. They'll then push
And then we'll
price
have
higher.
the reaccumulation somewhere over here. Where they'll then push price higher. We come back and test this.
Maybe then we can get a test
Maybe then
to an order block somewhere here and
we can
bounce
get
off
a
that.
test to an order block somewhere here and bounce off that.
Mitigation phase. Then I feel like
To a mitigation
we could then
phase.
push
Then
higher.
I feel like
To the moon.
we could then push
Something
higher.
of that sort, yeah.
To the moon.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a breakout anytime
Yeah.
soon.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a breakout anytime soon.
Yeah, that's what all the retail traders are probably expecting. So
Yeah, because now
that.
we've got
That's what all the retail
inverted head and
traders
shoulders
are
now.
probably expecting. So
Yeah, because now
that.
we've got an inverted head and shoulders now.
I'll just take a picture of this and we'll see how it works out.
I'll just
They're
take a
gonna be like
picture of this.
nobody.
And we'll see
If
how
this
it
works
works
out, they're gonna be like nobody. You've probably
They're
got
gonna be
someone
like
there.
nobody. If this works out,
Fucking
they're gonna be like nobody.
Someone actually told me, and like,
We've
I
probably
remember
got
someone
someone
tagged me, was
there.
like, listen,
Fucking
this guy.
Someone
has
actually
someone
told
in
me,
Wall Street
like,
that tells him what the
I remember
market's
someone
gonna do.
tagged me
There's
and was
no
like,
way.
listen, this guy has someone
And I
at
end
Wall
up
Street
thinking,
that
I
tells him what the
wish.
market's going to do. There's
I
no
do.
way.
I wish. If there is anybody there in Wall Street that wants to hit me up,
In my head, I'm
let's
thinking,
be
I
friends.
wish.
Come on. Then I don't
I
have to
do.
do
I
fucking
wish. If there is
analyzing.
anybody there in Wall Street that wants to hit me up, let's be friends. Come on. Then I don't have to
You
do
just tell
fucking
me, yeah,
analyzing.
okay, in 5 minutes the market's going up. In 5 minutes I'm ready. I'm like, okay.
You can just tell me, yeah,
okay.
okay. In 5 minutes, the
Are you
market's
ready
going
to
up.
buy? Are you ready to buy?
In
I'm
5
ready to
minutes, I'm
buy.
ready. I'm like, okay,
When are
okay,
we buying?
okay.
Okay, we're pumping money in the market.
Are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? I'm ready to buy. When are we buying?
How
Okay,
fucking
okay,
easy
we're
would that
pumping
be?
money in the market. Remember, okay,
Fortunately,
okay,
that's
buy,
not the
buy.
case.
Market goes up. How fucking easy would that be? Fortunately,
Anyway,
that's
I
not
hope
the
you guys
case.
learned something new. Or
Yeah.
learned.
Anyway, I hope you guys learned something new
Good session, man.
or
Appreciate it. Shane.
learned a little bit more.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that was a good session, man. Appreciate it. Shane. Thanks.
That's what I'm here
Yeah,
for.
this liquidity grab's going to be a heavy
My
one.
nigga.
As soon as they come back into the zone,
This liquidity grab's going to
I'm
be a
selling.
heavy
I
one.
don't know about you guys. I'm
As soon as
selling.
they come back into the zone, I'm selling. I don't know about you guys.
This is going to be a
I'm
heavy
selling.
sell. This one here. Something's going to have to happen.
This is going to be a heavy sell.
Other,
Something's going to have to happen.
they're saying something about Bitcoin. I think
They're saying
Bitcoin-
something about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin could collapse.
It's
I think
close.
Bitcoin could collapse.
There's a whole problem with
Close to it.
like the energy they use for the mining of Bitcoin.
There's a whole
So I
problem
think
with
China's now, they want to ban it
like the
again.
energy
but
do they use for
like
the
7th year in
mining
a row. I
of
don't know.
Bitcoin. So I think
A whole
China's
bunch of
now
bullshit, man.
they
It's
want to
just
ban it again.
propaganda, sounds like it.
Like 7th year in a row. I don't know. It's
Yeah, but you see,
a whole bunch
it's
of
the
bullshit. Man.
propaganda
It's
that
just
moves the
the
markets.
propaganda. It sounds like.
Exactly.
So you'll probably
Yeah,
find
but
out
you see,
that this
it's
is
the
a
propaganda
sign of
that moves the
strength to
markets.
say, listen, this is the only way we're probably going to be able
So
to
you'll
drop
probably
this
find out
market
that this
the
is
way we
a
want to
sign of
drop it.
strength to say, listen, this is the only way we're probably going to be
Yeah,
able
it's
to
funny
drop this
how
market.
Bitcoin dropped.
The
News
way we want
events
to drop
can't
it.
really, news events can't really do,
Yeah, it's funny how
Because
Bitcoin dropped.
news events can't really, news
But it's
events
so
can't
funny.
really
Bitcoin
do
dropped just after,
this
well,
kind
after it dropped,
of.
Goldman Sachs announced that they'll
But it's
be
so funny,
investing in
Bitcoin
Bitcoin and a few
dropped
other
just
massive banks around the world.
after it dropped, Goldman
Investors.
Sachs announced that
The
they'll
fact that
be
they pushed down
investing in
price to
Bitcoin and a few
make
other
it
massive
this,
banks
they
around the
want to
world
get in at a fair
and
price. You know,
investors.
that's what
Yeah, of course.
So it's
Yeah,
strange that they push down price
100%. But now that's the
to make
thing.
it
I feel
as
like
if
they're going
they
to drop
want
it
to
to
get in at a fair
shit
price. You know, that's what
yeah, of course.
just to get in at
yeah.
a fair
Yeah,
price.
100%. But now that's the thing. I feel like they're going to drop it
that's
to
what
shit
I was looking at.
just to get in at a
I'm
fair
there too.
price.
Bitcoin goes to
That's
fucking
what I was looking at.
200 rand.
I'm there
That's
too.
it.
Bitcoin goes to fucking
I think they wiped out like
200 rand.
1.72 trillion in the
I'm
last few
there.
days out of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
I
Yeah.
think they wiped out like
Crazy.
1.72 trillion in the last few days out of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Crazy.
I
So
mean
the
I
money.
do. I have
Show me the money.
3 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
3 full Bitcoins.
So I feel like
But
I mean I do. I have 3 Bitcoins.
they're
3
nothing.
full Bitcoins.
They're nothing.
But
I'm not selling them, but I'm just
they-
saying like they're nothing.
they're nothing.
If they have a look at the charts, because I
They're
mean, it's quite
nothing.
interesting
I'm not
to see how they
selling
did
them, but I'm
mitigate
just
the
saying
price
they're nothing.
on Ethereum as
Yeah.
well.
If they have a
but
look
you
at the
see,
charts,
that's the
because I
thing.
mean, it's quite
I feel
interesting
like
to see how they did
institutions are
mitigate some
coming to the
price
game.
on Ethereum
They're
as
coming
well.
to the
Yeah,
field.
but you see,
So
that's
we
the
can
thing.
now start
I feel like
seeing
institutions are coming to
smart
the
money
game.
concepts
They're coming to the
happening in
field.
Bitcoin. So
So
we
we can now
know
start
when to
seeing
buy and sell off the
smart
market
money
or
concepts
sell
happening
off
in
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. So we
Yeah,
will now
until
know
about
when
like a month
to
ago,
buy
they
and
were still
sell
running
off
with
the
the break and
market
retest
or sell
on the
off
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
And that's obviously
Yeah,
now
until about like
moved to
a
smart
month
money.
ago, they were still running off the break and retest
Yeah, no,
on
smart money will
Bitcoin.
always win.
And that's
Always.
obviously now
Always.
moved to smart money.
Because it's not dumb.
Yeah, no, smart money will always win.
Not dumb money.
Always.
It's dumb money that gets
Always.
beaten up. It's dumb money
It's
that's
not dumb.
probably
No, it's not dumb money. It's
sold
dumb money that gets beaten
Bitcoin
up.
at a
Dumb money
ridiculous
that's
amount.
probably
And then you'll
sold
find out that
Bitcoin
it's
at
even
a
going to go lower.
ridiculous
So you
amount.
actually you didn't sell too badly. But
And then you find out that
you could have done better
it's even
because
going
the
to go
market's still going
lower.
to go up.
So you actually,
And I feel like
you didn't sell too
every time the
badly.
market goes up, it goes even higher.
You could have done
than the
better
previous
because the
high.
market's still going to go up.
Especially if
And I
they're
feel
going to
like
have a serious fall.
every
If they
time
have
the
a
market
serious
goes up,
fall,
it goes even higher.
then we can only
than
see,
previous
and they're using smart money
Especially if they're going to
concepts.
have a serious
And we
fall.
know
They're
how
going to have a
smart
serious
money likes to
fall.
manipulate.
Then we can only
So we
and
know
they're
that
using
smart
smart
money
money
will
concepts.
make you
And
feel
we know
like
how smart money
Bitcoin is
likes to
going to
manipulate.
shit just to
So
pump
we know
Bitcoin
that
to
smart
fucking,
money will make you
you
feel
know,
like
the moon.
Bitcoin is going to shit
Then
just
us
to
with our
pump
smart money
Bitcoin to
trading and get in on
fucking,
those trades as well.
you know, the moon.
Of course.
Why not, you know?
Then us with our smart money
That's the
trading
thing. I
get
feel
in on
like
those trades as
once
well.
smart money
Of course.
Why
is
not, you
in
know?
everything, we're good to
That's
go.
the thing. I feel like once smart
Then there's no
money
market that can take us on.
is in everything, we're good to go.
You understand?
Then there's no market that
Yeah,
can
I'm
take us
down for
on.
that, man.
Like you know,
understand?
once all of
Yeah, I'm
these
down for that, man.
Bitcoins and these
Like
other coins and all
you
the other
know,
coins come to the
once
party,
all of
and
these
they're like, okay, fine, you know
Bitcoins
what?
and
We need now
these
investors
other
to come into
coins
the
and all the other
market.
coins come
Let
to
the
the
hedge
party,
funds
and they're like,
start
okay,
coming into the
fine, you know
market.
what? We need now
Let
investors to come into the market. Let the hedge funds
banks
start coming into the market.
helping out with
Let
this market.
the
That's it. Then we like,
banks
yes.
start
Yes, because you
helping
can
out with this
immediately
market.
see when
That's it. Then we like,
institution is
yes.
onto
Yes,
something.
because
Funny how you can immediately see when
You can
an
automatically
institution
spot
is
smart money
onto
concepts. It's
something.
just like,
Oh yeah, no.
really?
Yeah, you can automatically
The
spot
guys are here
smart
now.
money concepts. You're just like,
It's crazy because Bitcoin moves
really?
like $1,000 a day, sometimes
The
10
guys
times.
are here
You know?
now.
So there's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
well, I
And it's
know
crazy
that
because Bitcoin moves like $1,000 a
last
day,
week
sometimes
they
10 times that, you know?
did.
So there's a
Yeah,
lot of money to
What
make.
did
I
they do?
know
They did
that
it 30,
last week
14,
they
14,
did.
close to
What
14
did
and a
they do?
half
They did it
thousand
13,
within
14,
the week.
Ridiculous. There's
14,
plenty of money to
close
be
to
made.
14
But
and
I
a
mean,
half thousand
you
per
can still
move
trade on the rest of the
within the
CRC.
week.
They've got
Ridiculous.
Bitcoin.
There's plenty of money to be made. But I mean,
Yeah, but
you can
hey,
still trade on the rest of CRC.
these
They've
guys,
got Bitcoin.
brokers will manipulate the shit out of it.
Yeah,
I'd
but
rather go.
these
Yeah,
guys,
I'd rather go
brokers will manipulate the
on
shit out of it.
fucking
I'd
Gotta
rather
give it some
go.
time, man.
I don't know. Who
Yeah,
I
I'd rather
use.
go
Probably, I don't know.
onto fucking.
Luno. The thing is, you
I
can't
don't know.
leverage
Who
on
would I
Luno, so that's
use?
just
I'd
the
probably,
actual
I
price
don't know.
coin. So
Luno.
that's the thing. I
The
checked
thing is,
that
you can't
Binance,
leverage on
it's
Luna, so that's just
fucking like
the
it's
actual
crazy
price
complicated.
coin.
You
So
know, you gotta be
That's the
watching
thing.
videos
I checked out Binance.
there's
It's
coin futures,
fucking
then
like it's
there's
crazy
leverage. I don't know, the
complicated.
way
You
that they
you gotta
explain
watch
it is
videos
completely
for.
different to how we
There's
look
coin
at
futures, then there's leverage. I don't know, the way that they explain it is completely
So
different to
it's a
how
nice
we
application, I'm not
look
gonna
at
lie, but it's just very involved.
MetaTrader.
Is it?
It's a nice application. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
going to
see
lie.
there.
It's just very involved.
Yeah, it'll give you quite a
Is it?
headache. I mean, like
Yeah, you see
I spent
there.
about an hour and a half in it, and I just
Yeah, it'll
eventually
give
gave
you
up.
quite a
I was like,
headache.
I'm
I
fucking
mean,
done.
Yeah, markets.
I spent
Markets
about an
dropping.
hour and a half in
I
it,
just
and I
saw
just
something.
eventually gave up. I
They're
was like,
gonna
I'm
jump to
fucking
shit.
done.
Yeah, markets
Again?
markets
What the fuck
dropping.
is wrong with
I just saw
Nasdaq?
something. They're gonna drop to shit.
What is
Again?
wrong with you people?
What the fuck is wrong with Nasdaq?
Marco,
What is wrong with you
Yeah?
people?
so I've got an
Marco.
idea of why they're dropping. We're on the
Yeah?
daily.
No, we're on 4 hours.
So I've got an idea of why
I
they're
took those
dropping.
entries.
We're
I
on
don't
the
know if you saw
daily.
them today.
Okay, that's
We're on 4
this
hours.
is
And I,
Faiz. I know
and I
your
took
voice,
I
boy.
took those entries. I don't know if you saw them today.
So
That's
go
is
to the
Faiz.
daily, right?
I know
Oh, you
your
know
voice, boy.
What's
Yeah?
happening,
Yeah?
everyone? So
So if you go
go
to
to
the
the
Are you
daily,
daily,
in the
right?
Oh,
Have
you
you been here the whole time?
right. Yeah?
but
So if you
not
go
the
to the
whole
daily,
time.
Have you been here the
So
whole time?
Okay, just got you.
but not the whole time.
I don't know, I'm trying to see why my chart
So
looks so
Okay,
different.
just got you.
Okay. If you look on the 9th of
I
May,
don't know. I'm trying to see why my
the
chart
last
looks so
up
different
candle
here.
there,
Okay.
right?
If you look on the
Yeah.
9th of May,
Yes,
the
that
last
one.
up candle there,
That was the buy to
right?
sell. If you look, we
Yeah.
came up into that.
Yes,
It was
Yes.
pretty much
that one.
50%.
That was
So
the buy
I'm
to sell.
thinking,
If you look, we came up
well, my
into that.
logic
It
is
was
Yes.
we're not
pretty
going to
much
come down too
50%.
much. I'll tell you why.
So
If we
I'm
wipe off this
thinking,
schematic on the fucking
well,
daily,
my
which we
logic is
can,
we're not going to come down too much. I'll
those
tell
two
you why.
candles
If we
there from
wipe
the
off the
9th of May,
schematic
that
on the
is your
fucking daily,
preliminary
which we can,
support.
those two candles there from the
Drop down
9th
to
of
the
May,
lowest
that is your
point,
preliminary
Yeah.
selling climb.
support.
Automatic rally, the green
It
candle,
dropped down to the
the
lowest point,
candle right
Okay.
next to that
selling
there
climb.
came down.
Automatic rally, the
Secondary
green
test.
candle,
The
the
next
candle
candle
right
going up,
next to that there, it came
the red
down.
one,
Secondary
up.
test.
Before that one,
The next
sign of
candle
strength.
going
When
up,
it dropped, now
the
this
red
when
one,
it dropped down here
up
with the long
before that one,
Wait, hold on.
sign of
This
strength.
can't
When
be
it
the
dropped,
ST.
now
That's
this
not the
way
ST.
it dropped down here
Wait,
with the
wait,
long.
This is a
wait.
type
This
2
is wait, hold on.
schematic.
This
The
can't be
green
the
candle
ST.
at the bottom there with
That's
the
not the
long
ST.
wick.
No,
It looks like what? I
This is
don't know
a
what we
type
tell
2
it. The
schematic.
fucking dragon.
Yeah.
The green candle at the
That
bottom there
one
with the
there.
long
That
wick.
was the
It
ST.
looks like what?
Yeah,
I
this,
don't know what we
this
tell
is
it.
the
The
type.
fucking dragon.
No,
Yeah.
That was the
This is the
spring.
type.
That was
That one there.
That was the
No,
test.
This is the, yeah, this,
no. You
yeah.
That
got
was
it
the
This is
wrong.
the
test.
type.
That is the
No,
type
no,
2
That
no.
was the
This is the
schematic.
spring,
type.
and that was the
Spring
test.
and
No,
your
no. You got
your
it wrong.
spring and your
That is the
STNB
type
is
2
one
Huh?
move.
schematic.
That's
Your
why it shot
spring
right up
and
into
Oh.
it shot
your
up
spring
right
and
up
your
into that
STNB is
supply
one
zone.
move. That's
So
why it shot
technically,
right up into the.
now that
It shot up
you
right up
looked at,
into that supply zone. Because technically,
this
now
could,
that
I'm
would
in
be
strong
your
cells here,
UTAG.
as you
So
saw. I hit them hard with 50
this
from
could
that up candle there. I hit it.
I'm
I'm
in
also
strong
selling.
cells here, as you
Yeah,
saw. I hit them hard
0.5,
with
I've got
50
them in there.
from that
So
up candle there. I
I'm
hit
also
even
it.
if it
I'm
comes
also selling.
down
I told you
Yeah,
why.
0.5s. I've got them in
yeah,
there.
now you see
So even if it
the
comes
very
down
last
to
green
told you
candle
why,
up, the
AC.
candle before that,
yeah,
that
now
small
you
little
see
red one. I'm only going to hold
very
into
last
there.
green candle up, the
Not the
candle
second,
before that small
the
little
second
red
last
one.
candle.
I'm only
Which one
gonna
is?
hold
I'm only going to
into
hold
there.
there. No, to
Not
the
The
right.
second last candle. The second last
Yes,
candle.
the candle
Which one?
before
Yes,
that.
I'm only
Okay.
gonna
So
hold
you
it
That
say
there.
now becomes
No, to the right.
you
that
say
red candle.
Yes,
That
the
now
candle
becomes our
before
last
that.
demand
so
zone.
you
That
say
now
So
becomes
I'm
you s-
happy to hold
that
from where I
you
did
that
say
because
red
I
candle.
sniped that thing
That
back
now becomes
into
our
there.
last demand
That's
zone.
200k
so you
So
for me.
I'm
say
happy to hold from where I did
Yeah,
because I
that
sniped
for
that
me,
thing
I will
back
hold till
into
there.
there.
Even if it goes
That's
up further,
200k
so
it's
you
for
going to
me.
say
search now because now, if
Yeah,
you draw
that
a
for
box
me, I will hold
underneath
till there. Even if it goes
at
up
the bottom,
further and
leave
it's
that
gonna
one there. Now
search
draw
now
a box
because now
underneath there.
if you draw a box
The lowest
underneath
part,
yeah, but
the,
that's what we were
at the
talking about.
bottom,
We're
leave
talking
that
about
one
this
there. Now
being
draw
the
a box
next.
underneath there,
demand zone.
the
Yeah.
lowest part,
Yeah, but
But now,
that's
if
what
you
we're
draw
talking
a
about. We're
box
talking about this
underneath,
being the
yeah,
next.
under the lowest
demand
point,
zone. Yeah.
this now
But
becomes
now,
a
if
valid
you
white
draw a
box
box
schematic.
underneath, yeah,
At the lowest
under
point,
the
I draw
lowest
a box
point,
underneath, down,
this now
down.
becomes a valid Wyckoff
Leave that one.
schematic.
Trying to just draw
At the
this in
lowest
as
point, now draw
a
a box underneath, down,
daily.
leave
I'm
that one.
trying to just draw this in as a
Anyway, yeah.
daily.
Okay. And then wait, where? Here.
Kaiser.
Yeah, at the bottom. No, go down.
Anyway,
Because
yeah.
you got to remember,
Okay.
right? The lowest
And
point is
then
now your
where?
selling
Here.
climate.
Yeah, at the bottom. No,
So we
go
don't
down.
generally
Because you
draw
got to
in boxes
remember, right? The
because
lowest point is now
it
your
gives
selling
you
climate.
something to look for in a box
So we
form.
don't generally
Because as
draw
you
in
know,
boxes
Y-soft is
because
simply the creation
it gives you
of
something to look
liquidity,
for in a
then
box form.
manipulating that
Because as you know, Y-soft
liquidity.
is simply the
But
creation
once it's
of liquidity,
liquidated,
then
that
manipulating
liquidity,
that
now we go
liquidity.
and mitigate
But
those
once
liquidations.
it's
You with me?
liquidated, that
So we're not
liquidity,
really going to work
now
in
we
this box.
go
So
and mitigate
that's
those
just my
liquidations.
stupid
You with me?
reason for why
So we're
I
not
got
really going to work
into
in
these
this box.
cells
So
today.
that's
Simply
that's
because of
just
that.
my
But this is
stupid
a valid schematic.
reason for why
We
I
need to
got
come down
into
and
these
fill
cells
that
today. simply
Even
because of
below
that.
that,
But
I'm
this is a
looking just
valid
for a
schematic.
bounce because I'm going to
We
close
need to
them
come
partial,
down and
but
fill
we
that.
could come down at
Even
some point
below
and
that, I'm
fill
looking
that
just for
whole
a
wick
bounce
up there.
because I'm going to close there
Big wick
partial.
where that
But
big
we could
retest
come
goes.
down
Now
at
look
some
at the
point
bottom, big
and
long
fill
one.
that whole wick
At
up
some
there.
point next
You
week,
see
we've got to
where
come
that
and
little
fill that up
retest
there.
there
But now
So
look
I'll
at
at the
be
this.
bottom,
looking to
big
buy
long one.
from there
At
again.
some point next week, we've got to come and fill that up there. So I'll
You
be
see,
looking to
I'm
buy
looking at
from there again.
this unfair price zone is very
Because you see, I'm looking at
low.
this unfair
Low in
price
price.
zone is very
Do you think they come back to?
low in price. Do you think they'd come back to?
There's nothing here for them. Thinking there's nothing here for them. Why would they?
There's nothing
Unless
here
they're going to prove a
for them.
point. But otherwise,
Thinking there's nothing here for them. Why
Now
would
that
they?
dragonfly thing there,
Unless they're going to
go
prove a
down to a
point.
lower time
But
frame and see
otherwise,
if it's giving you,
Now that
if it's going to
dragonfly
give
thing
you
there,
2
if
or
you
3
go
demand
down to a
zones.
lower time frame and see if
This
it's
is a
giving
schematic
you,
that occurs
if it's
over
going
and
to
over
give
and
you
over.
2
Go
or
to the
3
4
here's
demand
hour.
zones.
Wyckoff.
Over and over.
This is a schematic
Here's
that
Wyckoff.
occurs over and
There.
over and over. Go
yeah.
to the 4
Here's
hour.
Yeah.
Wyckoff.
Over and
But
over.
now,
Here's Wyckoff.
There.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
Perfect.
But
4.
now,
Yeah. As we know, A, B, C,
1,
D.
2, 3,
Um,
4. Yeah. As we know, A, B, C, D.
distribution, string,
Accumulation,
retest,
distribution,
smart money,
string, retest,
distribution.
smart money,
Didn't quite play out over here. Maybe on a smaller
distribution.
time frame, it might have played out over here. But
Didn't quite play
definitely
out
here.
over here. Maybe on a smaller time frame, it might have played out over here. But
I
definitely
don't think
here.
we're done with the schematic yet. I just don't know when they'll come down. I'm
Yeah, I
only
don't think
looking
we're
to.
done
I'll
with the
even.
schematic
I'm
yet.
actually
I just
about to
don't know
partial
when
out
they'll
one
come
trade,
down.
one position already.
I'm only
That
looking
I'm
to.
okay with. And I'll
I'm
let
actually
one
about
run
to
it.
partial out one trade, one position
I'm
already
thinking,
that I'm okay with, and I'll let one run
Is
it.
it?
What 30%?
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
thinking,
You think they're going to come
yeah,
maybe?
definitely.
They'll probably mitigate here, eh?
You think they're going to come
They'll bounce off here.
they'll probably mitigate you, eh? Think they'll bounce off here.
They'll bounce off there. And order bounce off.
I'm looking that look. They can always do their own thing. They can even
Think they'll bounce
hover
off
on
there.
this thing here.
That order bounce.
I'm looking.
But I mean, like I
Look,
said,
they can
for me
always
to
do
have
their own
sniped
thing.
that,
It
that
can
is the
even
only thing
hover
I
on
was
this thing
interested
here.
in today, is to just take
But I
those,
mean, like I said,
that
for
small
me
little
to have
run there.
sniped that is the only thing I
What
was
could happen
interested
here
in
is
today, is to
that
just take those
if they
that small
run
little
further
run
up,
there.
they could just go up there, take
What
that
could happen
liquidity, a
here is
little bit of liquidity, and then drop.
if they run further up, they
Out of
could
your
just go
fees.
up there, take that
They'll
liquidity, a
probably,
little bit of
yeah, I was about to
liquidity,
say
and
the
then drop.
PS.
As
They'll
long as
probably
it
come
doesn't go
in.
out of your PS.
They'll probably, yeah, I was about to say the
Probably
PS.
just
They'll
slightly
probably
higher.
come in. No,
Slightly
probably
higher
just
than
slightly
that.
higher.
And pick up that liquidity. Yeah.
Slightly higher than that.
That's then.
But
And
that's
pick
up
up
to
that
cents, and
liquidity.
that's basically how I caught my trades
And
today.
then
Yeah.
drop.
It wasn't last week
And
wasn't a
then,
great
But
week
that's
for me
a few
at
cents, and
all.
that's basically
I
how
got
I
one
caught
good
my
day and
trades today.
popped up 3
It
days.
wasn't a last
Why
week
would
wasn't a
happen?
great week for me
Monday,
at all.
Tuesday, Wednesday was
I got one good
disastrous.
day
I
and
don't know
popped
why,
up
but I
3
got
days.
it. I got it on
why
Friday,
would happen?
Thursday, and I sat out Friday,
Monday,
and I got
Tuesday,
in again
Wednesday was
today.
disastrous.
But for
I don't know
me,
why, but
the
I
simple
got
thing
it
on
on
the
Friday,
Wyckoff
Thursday, and I
is just
sat
to
out
get that
Friday, and I
entry
got in
today.
again
So I
today.
basically
But
made
for
back
me,
whatever I lost
the
last
simple
week.
thing on the
But
Wyckoff
this is,
is just to
here
get that
it
entry
is right
today.
here.
So I basically made
This is
back
it.
whatever I lost
It
last week.
happened.
But this is the here it is right here. This is it. It happened.
Then at the ST, then at the spring,
Then at the ST,
we had the retest of the
then
spring.
at the spring, we had the retest of the spring.
Then we had smart money.
Then we had smart money.
What do you think?
Yeah, look, the schematic,
What do you think?
the reason why I try not to draw in lines is because when the schematic
Yeah, look, the
changes, you'll
schematic,
find your spring and your
the reason
STD is
why I
one
try
move
not
because
to
it's a
draw
type
in
2
lines is
schematic.
because when the schematic changes, you'll find
you
your
say
spring and your STD is one move because it's a type 2 schematic.
Yeah, that's actually one move. I am going to do
You
something
say,
quick groups next month, like you said.
Yeah,
White
that's actually one move. I
actually
am
put
going to
something
do
very
something
lucky
for the
together.
group next month, like you
And
said.
we'll do a live
like
trade on the
White,
1
yeah.
minute,
Actually put something very
and I'll
lucky
show you
together.
how
And
live
we'll
trading
do
on
a
the 1
live trade
minute,
on the
Wyckoff
1 minute,
slows the
and I'll show
market
you
down.
how
Once you got
live
that
trading
down,
on the
you
1 minute,
understand so many things in
Wyckoff
the market on
slows
the
the
1
market
minute.
down. once you got that down,
you see,
you
I would
understand
have.
so many things in the market
This is how
on
I
the 1
called.
minute.
This is how I called that buy. Remember, I
You
showed
see,
you
I would
that
have.
buy that I called.
This is how I
Yeah, this is
called.
how I
This
called
is how I
it.
called that
Double
buy. Remember, I
equal
showed you
lows.
that buy that I called.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
This is
automatically
how I
knew
caught
that.
it. Double the
Yeah,
equal
you see,
lows.
that was the test.
yeah.
I automatically knew that. Yeah,
Like
you
if
see, that
you
was
go
that was
up
the test.
there, you see those three candles there. That shows us the swing.
Now, if
I
you
caught that
go
last
up
week because if you go
there,
to a
you see
lower time frame, like a
those
5
three
minute
candles
or
there.
50
That shows
minute,
us the swing.
that was
I
a
caught that last
reaccumulation.
week because if you
And
go
that
to a lower
is
time frame, like a
yes,
5 minute or
I
50
caught
minute,
that.
that was a
Anyway, that's
reaccumulation,
my 2 cents.
and
But
that
I'm actually
literally,
looking forward to doing
yes,
Wyckoff for this
100%.
week.
that. Yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But I'm actually looking forward to doing Wyckoff for this group.
We gone. Wait.
Yeah.
We
So,
can't wait.
just trying to
Yeah, we can go
see
to that for sure.
So
if the
just trying
EQ
to
was there. Then
see.
what the? No, then it's
If the EQ was there, then what the?
power strength there.
No, then it's
So
power strength there. So
yeah, no, it hasn't played out. It hasn't completed.
yeah,
Wyckoff
no, it
completed.
hasn't played out.
Yeah, no. We've still got
It hasn't completed.
we still need
Wyckoff
to
hasn't
distribute.
completed. Yeah, no. We've still got we still need to distribute.
This order block.
We
No,
need to-
you're right. They'll bounce off this order block.
This order block. No, you're right. They'll bounce off this order block.
Hey, Faiz?
Hey, Faiz?
Sorry, what's it? Yeah, that is basically what that's basically
Sorry,
like. I
what's
would
it?
have liked it. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that is
backing. But if
basically
it
what
doesn't,
They're gonna mitigate.
I
on
would
a
have
5
liked.
minute, what I've got
I
now
would
is
have liked
pretty
it. That's
decent
what I'm
reward
backing.
on a
But if it
5
doesn't,
minute. On a 5
on a
minute.
5 minute, what I've got
Yeah, but
now
that's
is pretty
basically what I
decent
wanted.
reward on a 5
Because they
minute.
would
On a
mitigate.
5
They
minute.
would obviously mitigate.
Yeah, but
They
that's
would
basically
mitigate
what I
this
wanted.
order
Because-
block.
They
But
would
then
mitigate. They would obviously
Yeah.
mitigate. They would
they're
mitigate
gonna-
this order block, but then
I'm not looking for a bigger go.
then they're gonna.
I'm of course not. But liquidity. But
I'm not looking for a
I'm
bigger
thinking
go
how
for
far down would the
I'm
liquidity
looking
gonna
that
be?
for me.
Because they can be quite
Liquidity,
violent.
but I'm thinking how far down
You know
would
what
the
will
liquidity
be
grab be?
on
Because they can be
redistribution
quite
fields
violent.
such as that, they can be very
On-
violent.
You know what we'll have to do?
On redistribution
Okay, simple.
fields such as that,
But there,
they can be
1, 2,
very
3,
violent.
4, 5, 6, 7. Those candles that you
Okay,
got
it's
there, the
simple.
very last candles,
That
go
bit
down to
there,
a lower
1,
time
2,
frame.
3, 4,
Let's
5,
see what
6,
they're
7.
doing.
Those candles
We're
that
able
you
to
got
break
there, the
it
very
down.
last candles, go
No,
down to a
no,
lower
the
time
very
frame.
last one.
Let's see what they're doing.
No, up.
We're able to
The
break it
last
down.
ones.
No, the very
Yes,
last
those.
ones.
Go to a lower time frame.
No, up the last ones.
Like, let's go to
Yes,
50
those. Go to a
minutes.
lower time frame. Like, let's go to 15 minutes.
Okay. What have we got?
Okay, what have we got?
Right, nice. Okay.
Right, nice.
As it drops, okay, let's work it down. You see the long week, the
Okay,
to sell, right? Market open.
as it drops,
If you go
okay,
down,
let's work it down. You see the
1,
long
2,
week,
3.
the buy to
As
sell,
soon as
right?
you see
Market
those
open,
green
New York
candles
high.
there,
If you go
that
down,
there
1,
becomes
2,
your
3.
preliminary stop.
As soon as you
your
see those green
PS.
candles
It literally
there,
tells you
that
price is
there
slowing down.
becomes your
What it means
preliminary
in price
stop.
is slowing
Is
down
your
is a change of
PS. It
character.
literally tells
So
you
now,
price is slowing
the
down.
drop from there,
And what it
selling
means when
climate,
price is slowing down is a change
as
of
a
character.
rule, and this
So
is a
now,
micro
the
strategy, I
drop
trade
from
it
there,
all the
selling
time. This is what
climate,
we're going to do on the 1 minute.
as a rule, and this is a
It'll
micro
go from the
strategy
selling
I traded
climate
all the
up
time. This is
into
what we're
those,
going to do on the
into
1
that,
minute.
that little
As a
area.
rule,
That's your
it'll go
automatic
from the
rally.
selling
That is
climate
another
up
move. You
into
can
those,
trade that.
into
Yes.
that bunch,
You
that
can
little
scalp
area.
it. You
That's
can
your
find it on
automatic
anywhere,
rally.
on
That is
even a
another
fucking
move. You
daily.
can
You
trade
trade
that.
that. That is an
You can
automatic
scalp
rally.
it.
It tells
If you
you that
find
is
it
an
on anywhere,
automatic
on even
reaction.
a fucking
That
daily,
is that
and
is
trade that. That is an
a lot of
automatic
guys will
rally.
say,
It
"Oh,
tells you that is
I
an
bought the
automatic
pullback, I
reaction.
bought the retracement." It's the
That is
automatic rally. It's telling
a
you
lot
what
of
it's going
guys
to
will say,
be.
"Oh,
There's nothing
I
great
bought the
about it,
pullback,
and
I bought the retracement."
it's a
It's the
money
automatic
making
rally.
thing.
It's telling you what it's
Simple
going to
as
do.
it is.
There's nothing great
Came
about it,
down,
and
second big test.
it's a
What they're
money
doing is
making thing.
it's
Simple
fake
as it is.
liquidity. So
came
So when
down,
it does that,
secondary
remember,
test, what
up
they're
until
doing
that
is
point of
it's fake
yeah, so
liquidity.
up until that point,
So
it's
when
fake
it does that,
liquidity.
remember,
All
up
they're
It's a
doing
until
is
that
creating
manipulation
point,
of
lows.
liquidity.
That's what they're doing.
yeah. So
So the
up
next
until
move is
that
a
point,
sign
it's
of
fake
strength.
liquidity.
And
They
when it drops,
all they're doing is
so now
creating
remember,
lows.
as
That's
retailers,
what
they
they're
would have
doing.
drawn
So
a
the next
line
move is a sign of strength,
underneath that
and when
now,
it drops,
right? And a
so
line
now you
on
must
top
remember,
of
as retailers, they would have drawn a line
what you call that
underneath that
triangle
now,
thing. All
right?
they're
And a
doing is
line on
creating
top,
liquidity. So what is the very next strong candle
what
comes
do you
up?
call that triangle thing?
It takes out
All they're
those
doing is creating liquidity.
those
So what
lows.
is the
You
very
see
next
that?
strong candle
If you have
comes
to
up?
draw a line
It
underneath it,
takes out
then they'll say, oh no, it broke out to the
those
bottom, it
lows.
broke up,
You
it
see
broke
that?
out and it broke back
If you
in.
have to draw a line
No, they
underneath it,
simply took out the
then they'll say, oh
liquidity.
no, it broke out to the bottom, it broke up, it broke out and it broke back in.
So if
No,
you
they simply took
go
out
to
the
the
liquidity.
5 minutes, let's just see, we'll be able to plot if this is reaccumulation or
So
if this
if
is
you
accumulation.
go to the 5 minutes, let's just see, we'll be able to plot if this is reaccumulation or if it is accumulation.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about when we talk about equal lows.
Go to the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see if this thing is going to buy from you, if it's going to sell from you.
Go to a 5 minute. We'll see if this thing is going to buy from you, if it's going to sell from you.
Okay, nice. So now,
It's going to sell. Not buying.
Okay, nice. So now,
you see where that orange line is there?
no,
It's going to go back up
you
into
see
there.
where that
Possibly.
orange line
Yeah.
is there?
If you look to the left, there's a
It's
little
going to go
small
back
up
up
candle
into
there for the
there,
down move.
possibly.
You could mitigate
Yeah.
there.
Now, if you
And
look
then
to the
drop.
left, there's a
All
little
you
small
want to
up
see
candle
now
there before the
here,
down
to
move.
see the break of
You
structure
could
from
manipulate
the
there
structure to tell
and then
you
drop.
which way it's
All you
going.
want to see now
So if
here,
it breaks the
to
break
see
of
the break of
structure,
structure
it'll
from the
pop up,
structure
it
to
will
tell
go
you
right
which
back.
way it's going.
Where it
So
goes
if
to
it
the
breaks the
opposite
break
of
of
the break of
structure,
structure, that's
it'll
where you're
pop
going to
up, it will
enter.
go right back in. Where it goes to the
But
opposite
we'll leave
of the
that for the
break of
Wyckoff
structure, that's
class.
where you're going
Sorry,
to
man, I
enter.
took over the class.
But we'll leave that for the
It's cool to see some
Wyckoff class.
practical examples
Sorry,
of
man, I took over the class.
Yeah.
But
It's cool to see some practical examples of Wyckoff.
I
Yeah.
don't really
But,
like. He obviously knows it, well, like word for word. I just know what to look.
I don't really like.
I'm
He
that guy.
obviously knows
Like,
it.
I don't know.
Like,
Like
word for word.
obviously, I know.
I just know what to look.
Your STs and
I'm
your
that guy.
this
Like,
and your that.
I don't know.
and
Like,
your,
obviously, I know
your spring.
your
That's where I
STs
start.
and
I don't know. I don't go to
this
the
and your
whole
that and your
accumulation.
spring. That's where I start. I don't
The
know.
minute
I
I
don't
see
go to the whole
the spring, the test,
accumulation.
I'm getting ready.
The minute I
But if it makes
see
sense, making
the
sense to you.
spring, the test, I'm getting ready.
Yeah,
What if
absolutely.
it makes
But
sense?
there's
Making
like
sense to you?
different degrees of there's different degrees of it. But
Yeah, absolutely.
for
But
me,
there's like different
I'm a
degrees of.
Wyckoff baby.
There's
It's
different
what I do.
degrees
It's
of
what I
it.
love.
But
Everything goes around it.
for
But
me, I'm a
I'm
Wyckoff
putting
baby.
something
It's
together.
what I do. It's what I
A
love.
bit of this, a bit
Everything
of that.
goes
But
around
I
it.
find it
But
very exciting.
I'm
And
putting something together.
yeah.
A
And
bit of
last
this,
week,
a bit of that. But
actually,
I find it very
days I lost
exciting.
money. I wasn't
And
fucking doing Wyckoff. I was doing.
yeah.
I
And
I
was
want to show.
I was
Actually,
last
wanting
week,
the
the
market
days
to
I
do
lost
things
money,
that
I
it
wasn't
wasn't gonna
fucking
do.
doing
When I
Wyckoff. I
went
was
back and
doing.
I said, I'm
I
so
was
stupid. All I had to do was
I
just
was
go back
wanting the
to
market to do
the
things that it
basics
wasn't
or
gonna do.
Wyckoff
When I
basics.
went back and I said, I'm so stupid. All I had to do
So
was just go back to
what I
the
wanted to show
basics,
the
Wyckoff
group was
basics.
actually a
yeah.
little
So
You know what?
scalping strategy.
What I wanted to
Using
show the
imbalance
group
is
was
very
actually a little scalping
obviously we don't have
strategy.
imbalance now. But
Using
if we had
imbalance,
imbalance
it's very easy.
on a
Very, very
5 minute
easy.
chart,
Obviously, we don't have
that
imbalance
imbalance is
now.
cleaned
If we
up
had imbalance
immediately.
on a 5 minute
Immediately.
chart, that
They
imbalance
don't
is
even
cleaned up
settle.
immediately.
They clean it up
Immediately. They
So
don't
let's
even
say,
settle.
let's
They
say there
clean it
was,
up
I'll make an example.
immediately.
Let's say
So let's say
the wick
there
stopped over
was.
here,
I'll make an example.
and this wick stopped over
Let's
here,
say
right? And then this was basically
the
your
wick
imbalance,
stopped over here,
I would say.
and this wick stopped over here, right? And then this was
We would
basically
then
your
automatically
imbalance,
know
I would
that
say.
right now we can sell from here to here.
We would then automatically know that right now we
You
can sell
understand?
from
We
here
can sell from here
to here.
to here. And as they continue to create imbalance,
You
we'll
understand?
then buy
Can sell from here
what level
to
to
here.
a level.
And as
Now,
they
obviously,
continue to
sometimes you know how
create
they are.
imbalance, we'll then
Wick
buy
right through,
from what level to a level. Now,
and they
obviously,
pull up,
sometimes you know how they are. They wick right through,
right?
and
So
they pull up,
normally, what I do is I look for equal lows
right? So
as my
normally,
take profit.
what I
So
do is I
I
look
would
for
look
equal
for a place where I
lows
would see
as my
equal
take
lows
profit.
somewhere
So
here, maybe.
I would look
Not
for a
exactly
place where
equal
I would
lows, but
see
definitely
equal lows.
very,
Somewhere
very
here
close. So
maybe.
here we can
Not
see
exactly equal
we
lows,
had
but
equal lows.
definitely
You guys
very,
can do,
very
you
close.
guys
So here we
can
can
test it.
see
So
we
you
had
can see
equal
over here we had a
lows.
low,
You guys should go test it.
Over here we had a low.
You can see over here we had a low.
Can everybody see that?
Right. Over here we had a low.
Yeah.
Right. Over here we had a low. See that? And over here we had a low.
Yeah.
They're pretty much equal.
Over here we had a low, and over here we had a low.
Right. And they're 2 away. So
they're
it's 1, 2
equal lows.
And then after this move, it's 1, 2,
right? And they're 2 away. So it's 1, 2. And
Makes
then
sense?
after this move, it's 1, 2, and the
it's
low.
1, 2, a low.
Makes sense?
And then the move down. We
so
then
1,
have
2, a low.
1,
and then the move down.
Then we have 1,
we
2,
then have
low. So basically looking for equal lows.
The move
so this
down,
would be where
mine
take profit.
So basically looking for equal lows.
So that when they come
this
in,
would be where mine take profit.
Probably come to this level.
So that when they come in and they dip in,
and then obviously
they'll come to this level and start going back in,
create,
and then obviously they'll play around in this
balance,
start going up and create more and more.
I've tried it, guys.
Balance.
It's a work in progress. It's definitely.
I've tried it, guys. And
nice scalping.
It's a work in progress. It's definitely
like imagine this
scalping strategy.
Imagine how. Hold up. Just watch this.
Like imagine this.
Imagine this, right? Imagine you had all those candles.
Just watch this. Watch this.
And now
imagine this, right? Imagine you had all those candles, right?
Before this happened,
we had this imbalance. Before this happened, we had.
So automatically, when the market came down, right? Automatically, when the market came down, the market needs to come back up, right?
Automatically, we knew
the market came down and started pushing up.
We have this imbalance. The market needs to come back up, right?
Into that imbalance.
So the minute the market came down and started pushing up, you would have started to buy the market.
And that is then
into that imbalance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
and that is there.
7. So you're looking at about 35 minutes, give or take.
6.
Half an hour.
7. So you're looking at about 35 minutes, give or take. Half an hour of trading, some quick bucks.
Now, what you're showing over here, could this also be used in conjunction with that strategy with where you got in at the 12 and exit at the 88?
Strategy with we used the fib where you got in at the 12 and exited at the 88.
100%. Oh yes, no, definitely.
Looks similar like that to me.
You easily just say, okay, fine. Fucking trading view.
Guys, is this still your favorite strategy? You used to love it.
Butterfly.
Faiz, is this still your favorite strategy? You used to love it.
Of course.
Butterfly.
Butterfly I use when I don't know shit, when I can't understand. The days I feel like I can't trade for shit, I know I'm
Butterfly
gonna
I
come
use when I don't know shit, when I can't understand. The days I feel like I can't trade for shit, I know I'm gonna come out to the butterfly.
So you see, look at that. We came into
12.
Basically clear out this whole move. They wouldn't enter at the 12.
At this level, we can see the market chart.
Or to this level.
Now, the thing is, when you find a 1 hour structure that you're not sure of,
now,
right? On a wipe off.
When you find a 1 hour structure that you're not sure of, right?
Because as long as you have your
and you're not sure if it actually doesn't freaking matter. Because as long as you have your selling climax and you have your preliminaries, either supply or support, do me a favor, draw the butterfly from the top candle on any move. Down.
On any run, with that's up, when it's down. That's what I do. In days when I don't know shit what's happening, I just find those two moves.
That's up, with that's down. That's what I do. In days when I don't know shit what's happening, I find those two moves. Your preliminary supply or your preliminary support.
Any one of these from there you can butterfly and you can scalp the whole fucking time.
So
it gives you at least
any one of these moves
anyone,
from there you can butterfly and you can scalp the whole fucking time. It gives you at least in anyone, the up, the down, the up, the reverse it, back and forth.
So
in your butterfly, and I don't even trade 12.
When you get to the top of that structure where your preliminary supply is, you close.
So you scalp up.
You wait for the candle.
When you get to the top of that structure where your preliminary supply is, you close. You wait for the candle. You wait for the next red candle where it drops.
All day. Just find that. Just go back. Go back to where it drops. The big drop.
All day. Just find that. Just go back. Go back to where it drops. The big drop.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Sorry for the guys that left early.
Which one? This one? Yeah.
So just
Yes,
go back to
that
the
one.
drop.
Sorry
Okay,
for the
those,
guys
that's,
that left early.
okay, so you see the 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, right? Those green ones.
So just go back to the drop. Okay, though that's
Okay,
okay.
that,
So
now
you see
that
the 1,
becomes
2,
your
3, 4
preliminary
candles,
supply,
right? Those
right?
green
I mean
ones.
your preliminary support because it's going down.
Okay,
So
now that
when
becomes
it
your
drops,
preliminary supply,
there,
right? I
that's
mean your
now you
preliminary
just
support
that's
because it's
the
gone
only
down.
thing that's tricky. You're
So
now gonna
now
figure out
when
if
it
it drops
drops
there, that's the
there,
final
that's now where you just that's
buying
the only thing
climax,
that's
or
tricky.
if
You
it's
now
gonna
got to
do
figure out
another
if it's dropped there, if that's
pullback
the
and create more
final
liquidity.
buying
All you do
climax,
is
or if it's
no
going
man,
to
what are
do
you doing?
another
Go down to the bottom.
pullback and create more liquidity.
Take profit
number
So all you
2.
do is no man.
yeah,
What
but
you
it
doing?
won't
Go
go
down
that
to the
high.
bottom.
It's not going to go that high. It'll go in the
At take
middle.
profit
Now,
number
if you
2.
look, it'll never go in the middle.
Yeah,
Now,
but
look
it
at the
won't go
automatic
that high.
rally.
It's not going to
Where it
go that
ran
high.
up.
It'll go in the middle.
Of
Now, if
course.
you
So,
look, it'll never go in the middle. Now, look at the
yeah,
automatic rally
look,
where it ran up.
originally the butterfly was only made from 23.6
Yeah,
to
so
61.8. We've now, you
originally
guys
the
have now modified it.
butterfly
You
was
can
only
take
made
profit
from
other places.
23.6 to
I'm still there at
61.8. We've
23.6
now,
to
you guys have now
maybe
modified it
88.
where you can take
I'm
profit
at
But
other
88.
places. I'm still
yeah,
there
I'll
at
hit the
23.6
0.5
to
entry
maybe
and just hold
88.
it till there. If it
I'm
goes
at
But I'll hit
further,
the
88.
0.5.
nice.
Yeah, I'll hit
So
the
when that move was
0.5 entry
done, right?
and
So look
just
at
hold
this.
it till
So
there.
let's
If
just
it
say
goes
that move was
further,
done. So then you see
nice.
your automatic
So when
rally.
that
It
move
went
was
into the
done, right?
61.8.
So look
That's
at this.
zero, the
So let's just say that
161.8.
move
So
was
now you know
done.
the
So
move
there
is
you see
finished.
your
Now
automatic
turn
rally,
your
it
fib
went into
around.
the 61.8. That's zero, the
Put the zero now
161.8. So
there where
now you
that
know the
is,
move
and
is
put the
finished.
fib now
Now turn your
where the
fib
selling
around,
climax is.
put the
The
zero
right?
now there where that is, and put the fib now where the selling climax is.
No man.
To
You
the
go
right?
to the right with the fib.
No man. You go
Yeah, do
to
that.
the right with the
But
fib.
now take your fib to the other side, the zero to the other side on top.
Yeah, do that.
Go.
But now take your
No,
fib
no,
to
no,
the
no,
other
no, go
side,
left,
the
left,
zero
left,
to the other
left,
side on
right.
top.
Wait,
Where it go?
Yes. Now go up
No,
to
no,
the
no, no,
highest
no. Go
point.
left, right.
Not that highest point. Come down.
Yes.
There.
Now go up to the highest point.
You're going too fast, man. Go with your zero
Not that
up,
highest
up.
point. Come down.
No, go
There.
up. You must go to the
You're going
automatic
too
rally.
fast, man. Go with your zero
Up,
up. No, go
up.
up. You must go to the automatic rally.
Yes. Now you put your
Up,
zero on the. Well, yeah, that'll
up.
do. So
that
now
one
you're
there.
gonna sell that bitch down
Yes.
again,
Now you
right?
put your zero on the. Well, yeah, that'll do.
What are you doing?
So now you're gonna sell that
That
bitch down
other, those
again,
candles haven't
right?
developed yet, man. Okay, anyway, I'll show you. So you're gonna sell it
Those
down, but you
candles
guys
haven't
understand what I'm saying? You're
developed
gonna
yet,
buy it
man.
up, and
Okay,
then you're
anyway,
gonna sell
I'll
it
show you.
down, and then when it
So you're
stops,
gonna sell it
you,
down,
you
but you
already
guys
know
understand
what
what I'm
this.
saying. You're
When it
gonna buy
stops, you
it
know
up,
that that's
and
your
then you're gonna sell it
secondary
down, and then
test.
when it
It's
stops,
creating liquidity.
because you
It has
already
to
know
stop
what
there.
this
But
when
it
it stops,
won't
you know
go
that's
further
your
than your
secondary
preliminary
test.
support.
It's
Why?
creating
Because it's
liquidity.
fake
It has
liquidity.
to stop
It's
there.
just
It
creating
won't go
liquidity.
further
So you
than your
know it's gonna
preliminary
stop there.
support. Why?
It
Because
might
it's
stop
fake
in line, it
liquidity.
might stop
They're
with
just
that a little bit
creating
further, but it
liquidity.
will not
So
go
you know
further.
it's gonna
So
stop
all
there.
you're gonna do is
It
when it
might stop in
stops,
line, it
you
might
just
stop
draw
with
your
that a
fib
little
and
bit
then you
further, but
track
it
your
will not
profit.
go further.
Put up.
So all you're gonna do is
But
when it stops,
I don't
you
do
just draw
0.5,
your
I
fib
do
and then you track your
23.6.
profit.
It's a bit safer.
Put
It's
up.
just my way.
But I don't
So
do
there's
I don't
a
do
buy, it's
0.5. I
one
do
move, there's a
23.6.
sell,
It's a
one
bit
move,
safer.
a
It's just my
buy,
way.
down,
So
until you
there's
find where you
a
get to the
buy, that's
spring.
one
When
move.
it
There's
gets
a
to the
sell,
spring, you just
one move.
enter and
A
hold.
buy down until you find where you get to the spring. When it gets to the
Not
spring,
even the
you
spring, not
enter
even
and
the
you hold.
spring,
You don't.
because a lot of
Maybe
people will
hold.
get up in
There's
the whip
Even the
space
spring,
rather
not
get
even
in
the
at the
spring, not
test.
even the spring, because a lot of
Yeah,
people will get up
I'm just
in
saying,
the whip
it's
space, so
four
rather
moves,
get in at the
one
test.
schematic where you scalp. So if I get in with
I'm
my
just saying.
2,000
There's
Rand
4
account, I
moves in one
scalp.
schematic where
So
you
there's
scalp.
2,000 Rand
So if
up,
I get
2,000
in with
Rand
my
down, 2,000 Rand
2,000
up,
rand
2,000
account,
Rand
I
down.
scalp.
And this is
So
on
there's
5
2,000
minutes.
rand
So
up,
this is in like
2,000 rand down,
what,
2,000
30
rand up,
minutes, 40
2,000 rand
minutes?
down. And this
And
is
now
a
when you find
5
this on
minutes.
a
So this
1
is in
hour,
like
each move
what,
gives you
30
7
minutes,
to 8
40
grand.
minutes.
Up
And now
7
when you
grand,
find the focus on a 1 hour. Each move
As long
gives
as
you
you find
7
your
to 8
preliminary
grand.
support,
Up
you're buying
7
climax.
grand, down 8 grand. Up
That's
7
it for
grand,
me.
down.
I've got to be in
As
court
long as you
tomorrow.
find your preliminary support,
Wait,
and you're buying
Continue.
climax.
we're still doing
That's
lunch.
it for me. I've got to be in court
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
early.
yeah. We'll see you.
Wait,
Sorry for
Cool.
continuing.
Good night, everyone.
we're
Sorry
still
for-
doing lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
We done. There was nothing more to
Cool.
it. We
Night,
done.
everyone. Sorry for.
Awesome.
Alright.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
We done. There was nothing more
Yeah,
to it.
so obviously we're all looking forward to Faiz
Awesome.
teaching us
Thanks a
about
lot, man. I learned a lot.
his thing. So,
Yeah, so obviously we're all looking forward to
but
Faiz
yes,
teaching
I
us
feel like
Michael.
the butterfly
It's
strategy
his thing.
definitely works.
So
Definitely.
yeah.
But now,
But yes, I feel
this
like the
imbalance
butterfly strategy definitely works.
really,
I mean,
it's actually
definitely.
quite impressive.
But now this
I remember,
imbalance really,
I think it
really,
was,
it's actually quite
when
impressive.
was it? I think last week.
I remember.
I
think it
made
was
roughly.
When was it?
I think it
last
was,
week. I made roughly. I think it was.
I had like 5 positions in, and I made about $8,000
I had like
off a sell.
5 positions in, and I made about
It was basically a pullback.
$8,000 off a sell.
Using an imbalance. So
it was basically a
like,
pullback.
watch this. Just watch this. Watch how crazy this is.
Using an imbalance.
Here we have imbalance.
So, like, watch this. Just watch this. Watch how crazy this is. Here we have imbalance. Give or take.
Right?
I suppose. Right?
Agree?
Yep.
Watch.
Agree?
They're going to clean out that imbalance.
They're going to clean out that imbalance.
No questions asked. They're going to whip right through it.
No questions asked. They're going to whip right through it.
It's just the way they work. Like, obviously it's going to be slow now, but during the day,
it's just the way they,
shut
work.
off imbalance,
Like,
especially on a
obviously
5-minute
it's going to be
chart.
slow now, but during
Man,
the
they
day,
shut off
they
imbalance.
shut off imbalance,
Right
especially on a
there.
5-minute chart.
The minute there's
Man,
imbalance, they
shut
clean it
off
out.
imbalance.
The minute there's imbalance,
right
they
there
clean it
and
out.
then.
That's what you can see.
The minute there's
Nowhere
imbalance,
here
they clean
is
it
the
out.
imbalance. Can you see on this
The minute
chart?
there's imbalance, they
There's no
clean it out.
imbalance.
That's what you
Nothing.
can see. Nowhere here is the imbalance.
There
Can
we
you
go.
see on this chart? There's no
They
imbalance.
fill it
Nothing.
immediately. That's why it's a great scalping strategy.
There we
They
go.
fill it immediately.
They fill it
No questions
immediately. That's
asked.
what's a great
And
scalping
the nice one
strategy.
is
They
when there's
fill it
crazy imbalance, like
immediately.
something of
No questions asked.
this sort.
And the
where,
nice one is when there's
you're gonna get
crazy
a fucking
imbalance, like
beautiful move.
something of this
Fucking
sort, where
beautiful move.
you're gonna get a fucking beautiful move.
No? It's
No, fucking
let's
beautiful move. Where you're like, okay,
let's
cool.
sell the market to clear out this
No,
imbalance.
let's sell the
Sorry,
market to clear out this imbalance. Sorry, not
Stand. So we knew that, okay, we're fine. They've made imbalance over here. From the top here, I'm selling.
We knew that, okay, fine. They've made imbalance over here. From the top here, I'm selling.
Yeah. It's not moving. It's not moving for shit.
The market closed.
You understand? So we could have sold from here
It's not moving.
to here. Like I said, that little wick.
You understand? So we could have sold from here
Understand? They balance
to here.
they'll
Like
clear
I
it
said,
out, right?
that little wick.
But you'll always get that little wick
Understand?
that
They
goes
balance,
further
they'll
down.
clear it out, right?
Understand?
But
And
you
then if
always
you
get
look
that
over
little
here,
wick that goes further down. You understand? And then if you look over here,
just look a bit to the side. We should see.
let's look a bit to the side. We should see
Equal lows. So the equal lows before the dump.
So equal
before the
lows,
dump, and then we had equal lows now before the pump.
before
See
the
that?
before the dump.
Yeah.
And then
You
we
always
had
want to
equal lows
look and
before the
see if the market is going to
see
come
that?
down to which low.
Yeah.
So
You always
obviously
want to
you
look
could say
and see if the market is
low,
going to come down to which low.
or
So
perhaps,
obviously you could say this low,
look across the room
or
and be like, okay,
perhaps
fine. That low maybe.
look across the
Or,
room and be like, okay, fine.
Let's look further
That low
across.
maybe,
We don't see a low.
or
Maybe.
let's look further across. We don't see a low. Maybe
That low. Understand? So you can automatically tell which low
that
they're
low.
coming to. Well, not
Understand?
really tell,
So you
but
can
you
automatically
can just
tell
put a
which
take
low
profit to a
they're
low.
coming to.
So you
Well,
could
not
say,
really
okay,
tell,
fine,
but you can
take
just
profit
put
at this low,
a take profit
which they
to a
came
low.
to.
So you could say, okay, fine,
You understand?
take profit at this low,
Or
which they came
a
to.
take profit to
You understand?
um,
Or a
no.
take profit
Or take profit
to
to this low.
no. Or take
Or
profit to
if it's not even a
this
low, take profit to the candle close.
Yeah, that's what I was
Or
thinking. The body might be a bit
if it's not
safer.
even a low, take
Well,
profit to the candle.
like I said, it
Yeah,
all
that's
comes
what I was
down
thinking.
to
The body might
what
be a bit
works for you.
safer.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
One can
it all
teach you the
comes down to
strategy,
what
but
works for you.
then how you plan it out,
One
and
can
how you
teach
make
you
it
the
work
strategy,
for you, that's
but then
basically you
the
making it your own.
how you
Yeah,
plan
I
it
think I
out
would
and how
backtest
you make it
this
work for you, that's
implemented in the way
basically
that
you
I can.
making
Yeah,
it your own.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would backtest this
So
with implemented in the way that
like
I
what
trade.
you
Yeah,
said,
100%.
this can be a very easy, or once,
like
or
what you
once.
said,
Look at that, boom. What did I tell you? Look at that.
Easy, or once, look at that, boom. What did I tell you? Look at
No
that.
questions asked, not on a 5 minutes. On a 5 minute chart, no questions asked. They don't hesitate. The minute there's
No questions asked,
imbalance,
not on a 5 minutes. On a
fucking
5 minute
come
chart, no questions
clean
asked. They
that
don't
up. There is
hesitate. The minute
no
there's
imbalance on
imbalance,
a 5
they
minute chart.
fucking
They
come
will
through,
clean it
clean that
out.
up. There is
There you
never
can see it. Look at that.
imbalance on a
Boom.
5 minute
They're
chart.
cleaning it
So
out.
if we
They
get into
will
a sell
clean
from
it
there,
out.
no,
Yeah.
get the
There
market
you
will
can
go
see it.
down.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Boom.
100%.
They're cleaning it
So
out.
when we get into a sell from
100%. Here's my
there,
take profit.
no,
Yeah.
get the market will go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Here's my take profit.
Here's my take profit level. Nothing should break higher than that. Ready? Start
Here's
to
my
put
take
my
profit
fib.
level. Nothing should break higher than that. Ready? Starting to pull
Previous
my
low.
fib.
I'm good. Take my profits at the 88
Previous,
level.
previous low.
Simple.
Good. Take my profits at the 88 level. Simple.
Yeah, this is powerful stuff, man. Okay.
Here we go. They've cleared. There we go.
This is
Boom. Look at
powerful
that.
stuff, man.
There. There they
Okay.
go.
There we go. They cleared.
No
There we
questions.
go. Boom. Look at that. There. There they go.
Immediately.
Immediately. No questions.
I don't know. I made
Immediately.
so much money just
No
figuring
questions.
this little strategy
I
out.
don't know.
This
I made
how
so
they
much money just
clean out
figuring this
imbalance on
little
the smaller time
strategy
frames.
out.
Like, no, they don't even hesitate.
This
The higher
how
time frames,
they
they still
clean out
leave it there
imbalance
for
on
maybe a
smaller
day
time frames.
or
Like
whatever.
no one,
But
they don't even
on a
hesitate.
5 minute
higher
chart,
time frame,
they
they still
take no
leave it there for maybe a
responsibility
day
of
or whatever.
unfair
But
price. They
on
clear
a
it
5 minute
out.
chart, they take
And
no
then do you use a stop
responsibility
loss
of
when
unfair
you
price. They clear
scalping
it
like this?
out.
And then do you use
No,
a stop
no.
loss when
Normally, I
you
just
scalping
take
like
profit
this?
to the next, to a high. So
No,
an equal
no,
high.
no. Normally, I
As you
just
can see, they basically did
take
it.
profit to the
So
next.
it's either
to
that
a
high
So an equal
or
high normally, and
that
as you can
high.
see, they basically did
But
it.
watch, they're going to break
So
that high.
it's
They're going
either
to come
that
right here.
high or that high. But watch,
Probably,
they're
you
going
must
to break
remember
that
it's a
high. They're going
5
to
minute
come
chart.
right here.
There's liquidity over here, but there's also liquidity over there.
Probably, you must remember it's a 5 minute chart. So there's liquidity over here.
But what I'm saying is,
There's
can
also
you see how
liquidity over
they
there.
clear out imbalance? Like immediately.
But what I'm saying is, can you
That
see how
wasn't
they
even 5 minutes.
clear out imbalance?
They don't
Like
hesitate.
immediately.
That's
Yeah,
how
that wasn't
that's
even
how I've been
5
scalping
minutes.
a lot. last
They
week.
don't hesitate.
There we go. Boom.
That's how I've been.
There it
That's how I've
is.
been scalping a lot last week. There we go. Boom. There it is.
Do you trade news at all? When
But there's time for that.
Do you trade news at all? When
I don't.
news
I feel like they're gonna wick
Nobody
and
has
then pull
time for
down.
that.
Unless they're going for this liquidity.
I feel like they're gonna wick and then pull
Remember
down.
that even on a 5 minute chart, there's liquidity.
Unless they're going for this liquidity.
All these wicks are liquidity.
Remember that even on a 5 minute chart,
It's
there's
all
liquidity.
money.
All
So you
these
must also
wicks
look at that. Look at a 5 minute
liquidity.
chart and be like, look at it as an
It's all
hour
money.
chart.
So
Right?
you must
They're
also
going
look
to
at that.
pick up
Look at a 5
this
minute chart and be
liquidity.
like,
There it
look at
is.
it as an hour chart.
See?
Right? They're going to
What did
pick
I
up
say? They would
this
wick
liquidity. There it is.
Probably try now pick up. They've
See?
picked up this liquidity.
What did I say? They
Great.
would wick
Probably going to go for the
up.
high there.
Probably try now
And then
pick up.
pull down.
They've picked up this liquidity. Great. Probably going to go
Crazy,
for the
right?
high there. And then
We
pull
saw it
down.
happen right now. There we go.
run about.
Imbalance.
Crazy, right?
Imbalance cleared. Done.
We saw
Unfair
it
price
happen right now. There
does
we
not
go.
exist on a 5 minute chart.
Imbalance.
Doesn't
Imbalance
even
cleared.
exist on a 15
Done.
minute chart.
Unfair price
They
does
clear
not
it
exist
out.
on a 5 minute chart.
30 minutes, I've seen them take time.
Doesn't
but
even exist on a 15 minute
5
chart.
minutes, they don't
They clear it out.
waste time.
30 minutes, I've seen them
They
take
clear it
time,
out.
but 15,
No questions
5
asked.
minutes, they don't waste time. They clear it out. No questions
Now
asked.
you learned something new. Always learning
Now
something
you
new.
learn something
Yes?
new.
Every time you speak, I learn something new.
Always learning something new. Yes?
Awesome. Okay.
Every time you speak, I
Cool. I'm going to do some back testing on that.
Yeah.
See how it plays out tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, there they go.
Cool. I'm going to do some
There they
back testing on that.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it plays
They're
out
pushing
tomorrow.
for that high.
Yeah, there they go. There they go.
There's still
They're
liquidity
pushing
there.
for that high.
So you see, that
There's
would
still
be my take
liquidity there.
profit. But imagine now, if I did a 0.63 here
So you see, that would be my take profit.
to
But
here.
imagine now, if I did a 0.63 here to here.
Yeah. Lots of money. Anyway, guys, I'm out.
Yeah,
I shall see.
lots of money. Anyway, guys, I'm out.
Evening, man.
You too, man.
I shall
Cool.
see you.
Let's go make money. Let's
Have
go
a
make
blessed
money.
evening, man.
You too, man.
Shut, man.
Let's go make money. Let's go
Yes,
make money.
dollar.
Shut, man.
Cheers.